Yeah.
Attention whenever we start responding to stuff. The time to pay attention is not when the oppressed people decide to respond to the oppression.
Go ahead, Soldier.
You heard me?
You can't help it, can you?
This
You
shit
can't
is
help
still
but flex your
going
power
on.
and
So,
take the flowers away from someone's
we are
son.
going to have,
The fear of losing your power.
we're gonna have a very
kind
kind of silly, I guess,
Can't even state my
stupid
piece
kind of,
before
not
pieces
stupid
interfere in
podcast,
my
I mean
peace. Tell me
episode.
what have I done?
But
I say
I
a
just
word
wanna-
and it's a need
no,
in my
we're-
back.
More
See
lighthearted?
your phone and
Yeah,
you
it's gonna be
think
more
it's a trap.
lighthearted,
I won't
but
resist and you think
I
you
don't
attack
want to
all
forget about
because
what's
my
going
skin
on.
color
And
black.
movement,
Use your
the
bad
movement is
knowledge
still
to shield
going.
but a way
Black
to
Lives Still
justify your
Matter.
actions. Use an
Breonna
unnecessary
Taylor,
force
all that
because you
shit.
know it will garner
Always.
reaction. Killing me only adds to your
People getting
satisfaction and
fucking
your
wrong.
boys
Ahmad
is
Arbery,
guilty for
George
letting it happen.
Floyd,
So what do we do?
Breonna Taylor,
We
Elijah
use our
McClain,
voice. We use
Rayshard
our
Brooks.
voice for the people who didn't have a choice. We use our voice in unity in hopes to deliver a message, but an African American with a voice.
So that was DeVine. I met him in Elizabeth. Velvet was performing, and guy from New York, maybe the Bronx, but super dope. So shout out to him because he did that little spoken word maybe like a couple weeks ago, and I was debating. I'm like, I really want to open with that, but
Right.
I was like, I didn't know if you don't know or open, so I went with open. But yeah, Black Lives Still Matter, the movement, like it's not a trend. I seen you've seen the post, like the Breonna Taylor her name's not trending anymore, but
Yeah.
the officers aren't arrested yet.
Yeah.
Did you hear that the guy, the only one that was in custody, I think he's in jail now. The what's his name? Derek, the one that kneeled on George Floyd.
Derek Chauvin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear that I was listening to Charlamagne's podcast that they have only white CEOs on him now.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
None of
I
them.
have not heard of that, but that makes all the sense in the
Yeah,
world.
I feel like I just heard it on Charlamagne's shit. But yeah, it was none of the black CEOs are allowed to watch him.
I mean, yeah. I think you need white COs. I think you need to keep them in just solitary, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, because they probably see it as like he sparked the movement, which,
Yeah.
I mean, the movement's been going on for a long time.
Longer than this, but
I
he's
think
just
that-
reignited it.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I think the reaction and how it just kind of like people tried to gloss over it, that was like, last straw.
Yeah. I mean, it's only so much that peaceful protesting can go on after,
Yeah.
after this stuff keeps happening, what's the next step? It's not going
Yeah.
to be peaceful.
And Karens, we do not give a fuck if you have a mental breakdown in the middle of the street, or if you want to, no. You're still fucking wrong.
And that fucking couple, the dude with the salmon colored polo, and his
with
wife holding a little,
The way she was holding it was like
yo.
this. Mind you, he probably just said, get the gun, get the gun.
That looked like she was asking for the manager at gunpoint. Like, she's like, I want to see a manager now. That little gun.
No, but I seen a video yesterday where, what was it? It was Karen, but the way she was definitely a cop. She's holding it like this, like.
I saw that. I saw it today. She's
Yeah.
just straight up holding that.
She's holding it, yeah, because what was it? Over a parking spot, or she had
Someone
hit or something.
She kept saying she almost got hit by a lady that was holding the gun.
Something like,
Well,
yeah.
she was in the passenger seat. The driver of that car almost hit him, and she was holding the gun like straight up, like
Yeah,
law
cop,
enforcement
yeah.
wise. Like, that's a cop right there.
Elbow up and
elbow up,
everything,
like ready to
yeah.
just put 3 in her real quick.
Fucking
Kept telling her
wild.
back up. Wild,
In
man.
the car, yeah, like that shit was wild.
Wow.
Karens, we
Wow.
don't give a fuck.
It's crazy times out here. But you know what? It's just like this stuff is happening all the time, and it's been happening. It's
Yeah.
just like I think Will Smith said. It's like racism has always been alive. It's just that we're recording more of it now.
Yeah.
It's always been there.
Oh,
Like, this
yeah,
shit
no,
happens all the fucking time. There's mad white people, there's mad Karens all over the world.
no, at my
Oh, I'm
job.
sorry, all the country. Yeah. And it's just that now it's just so happens that we all have phones that have cameras and that have video cameras, and we film, and we have apps that we can post this stuff and share it.
1000%.
So it's not just to our friends, but it's to the whole fucking world.
Yeah.
So racism is just getting exposed more and more often. It's just showing how ugly it is because it's always been here.
I had this exact conversation at work. So I just realized I said exact. Sorry.
What'd you say?
I
Eggs?
said egg.
Oh, okay.
I realized afterwards.
Same
Whatever. So fucking Tuesday night. My regulars are there. I'm just chilling and shit. And this girl comes in. She's a regular, but this is the first time I had met her. And she comes in and she's talking about the COVID shit and how it's like put restrictions at her job. She works with like I believe mentally ill. and it's kind of like a school system for them.
Okay.
And she's talking about all that stuff. She kind of gets into politics with Murphy and a landfill and Kearney and a whole bunch of crazy shit. And then, so I'm at work, so I'm trying not to get into it. Like, as soon as she mentioned Murphy, I'm like, it's Murphy. Right. But then they had went off to the side to go smoke. Then what?
I didn't time.
Oh. Sorry, it's fine. And then two new guys come in. I'm talking to them and shit. And then they had their own conversation after a while. And I hear a bit, like, the one guy is playing, it's a white guy and a Spanish guy. The white guy's playing the Spanish guy video of his phone. I'm hearing it. It sounds super familiar. It's one of those, like, the cop bullshit during a protest. And it was one in Miami where some crazy shit had gone down and the cops, like, they started fighting. And like, I heard it, and then the Black Lives Matter conversation started.
Okay. And
I'm just here wiping things down, getting ready to close because it's getting to that time. I'm like, let me not go. I go smoke a cigarette. I come back. They're still talking about it. The other people, the girl that was being all political about Murphy comes up. They start talking about it. I'm talking about the protests. They're talking about mad shit. I'm here just cleaning tables. I'm like minding my business. And then I couldn't, and I got into it with them. And it wasn't like they were being racist or anything. It was the white guy was like, he was like, I completely understand Black Lives Matter, but my frustration is none of that shit matters. And that, not that Black Lives Matter, but just that the fact that, like, how the Karens of the world are acting, and how the police are reacting and treating the protesters and everything, and like all the madness that comes with it. That was his point, because the first time he said it, I stopped and looked at him. Even the Spanish guy he came in with, he's like, "No, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not." He was drunk. He's like, I don't mean it like that. It's just, if you're evil, you're evil, and it doesn't matter what fucking skin color you are, and blah blah blah. And then it was this whole big thing. Like, he kind of buried himself a little bit, and he
made himself look crazy out there.
Yeah, and then he, like, explained himself, and I was like, okay, you kind of get a pass. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, because you have to explain yourself at that point.
Yeah, and he was stuttering. He's like, no. And then I was like, it's okay. You can calm down. It's okay. But we eventually, like, we had the full conversation about it and shit, and I stayed a whole extra hour doing that shit too. But I talked about the whole, because they were like, oh, but I just don't understand the abundance of it and blah blah blah. So then that's when I broke down about the social media thing. I'm like, everybody has a camera phone. This shit has been going on I lost my godfather this way. Like this, and I didn't even get to meet him because it was right after I was born. Like, this has been going on for so long that when my godfather got beaten up and died in the cell, there was no cameras.
Right.
There's no iPhones, no Androids that have the fucking cameras, and you can hit record. You had Siri to record shit. Like, no, there was none of that. So he probably didn't even have a cell phone. Wait, I mean, no, 92 there was cell phones. I'm acting like I was born in fucking 70s.
But there was no camera phones.
Yeah. There was no easy access to get 911 and shit. So, I mean, and that's what I was telling. I was like, this shit's been going on for so long. It's just, it seems like, and I was like, nothing to you guys, because they were, the girl, she was like Asian or some shit. I was like, nothing on you guys, is that for the people who've never lived it or experienced it, it's new to you. And to you, you're thinking, oh my God, like, all this is happening, like, all at once. No, it's not. It's just, you're seeing it now.
It's like a trend, like police brutality and racism is just something that just happened in 2019 and 2020. Like, no, this has been happening. Like, this has been around. Like, y'all just, and in your environment, you're the way you've been brought up, you're not used to it. You're not even desensitized. You just have no idea. You're naive to the whole concept.
And they didn't understand the whole, like, the defunding of police.
Yeah, I mean, that in itself, like, it's a very broad term, because we're not saying completely, like, just shut down police so that there's no cops at all. We're saying that you have to move the funds somewhere else. I guess defunding may have been the wrong term, Wrong
Yeah,
choice
it
of
is
word.
because I didn't think of it like that until they said that. Until they kind of like,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, okay, you're not
It sounds cooler than saying put more money into police training.
true because that's what I
Yeah.
said. I was like, that's because I like it was part of the conversation right after the social media thing, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't think of it like that. Sorry. The new baby in the house is sleeping. I know he's adorable. He's so cute.
Bro, y'all can't see it on camera or on audio, obviously. Sade's got a new kitten, 2-month-old,
3.
3-month-old, and dude is just laying on the floor right now with his eyes closed. He's like, it's like he's playing dead, but it's like the cutest playing dead you'd ever seen in your life.
Yeah, what is it?
Like a mini Garfield.
He's like, people are talking about me.
Aw.
Then go back.
All right,
He's
man.
attached to Aries, that's why.
Back
So-
to his. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Your face, that shit was classic. But I told them, I was like, yeah, like I was in a protest and I understand why we wanted to defund it, but I explained to them. So I was like, I understand why not to defund, but it's not taking all the money out. It's not saying stop the flow because we still need protection from the good one. Well, at least yeah, from the good one. Well, no, from the bad ones.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we still need that, and that was her thing. I'm like, no, like I agree with you, but maybe there should be, I don't know, more money and more time focused on the training instead of it being so easy to fly on through.
Yeah, I was listening to another podcast, Joe Rogan podcast. I forget the guy's name, Jocko Willink. I forgot what he does. He does jiu-jitsu and he's his own podcast and he's a motivational speaker. I think I could be completely wrong, but he was saying, one of the suggestions was like have a social worker with them at times to train them on how to deal with not only crime but just deal with people.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that you want to do is you want to be have more of an outreach to the community, like offer ride-alongs to the kids. Like let them roll with you. Show them that you really are part of the community. You're not just there to show up and look tough and ride around the block and scare everybody. Yeah. Like you have to put more into the whole thing. It can't just be protect and serve. Like you got to protect, serve. You have to also network, talk. You have to know your community. You can't just know the criminals. You got to know the good people too.
That would take extra money. So it's like
exactly. But that's where it should go.
But you just gotta transfer money instead of transferring these fucking cops that are killing and then just going to another precinct. I can't fucking talk today. But instead of just transferring them or oh no, just chill at home. You still got some pay. All right, now come back, but you're just in a different town. Like
that's wild. That's
what
wild
was
in
it?
itself.
I saw some shit. I didn't get to fact check it though. But the Jeffrey Dahmer, that kid, the Asian one. The one that he was like, he stumbled out naked. That one I know is true. So he had like, he came across like 2 women and he was like bloody and he was in like, Dahmer was still kind of torturing him. He was able to escape. And the women were trying to, like, they called the police. Dahmer comes around. He's like, no, that's just my lover. Like, it's nothing. Like, he's just drunk or some shit like that, whatever. And the 2 women knew that kid. And like, no, like he's lying. They don't know each other, blah, blah, blah. Like, and the cops were like, well, no, if that's his lover, then no, he goes with him. So they rode along with Dahmer and the Asian kid, brought him back to the house. They hung out for a little bit. Apparently, like, the whole story with Dahmer.
I forgot. I know
Dahmer?
I know the story about the Asian dude. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that was I think that was like right before he got caught or some shit like that. Like that was kind of like he was the only one that ever escaped.
That's wild.
And he ended up killing him. But yeah, like he would find them. He would be like the young ones, drug them, take them back, torture, rape, all that.
So when they did the ride along with the cops back to Dahmer's house, did the Asian dude not say anything the whole time?
No, he was. I think he was.
Was he belligerent?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I think he was saying, they're like, no, like it's and Dahmer, white guy, is just like, no, that's what we do. We just play or whatever. I don't know.
Damn.
So the cops are just thinking, well, like some, like they're saying homophobic shit, like oh, like they're making jokes at the fact that he's gay and this and that, and it's like that you went to this guy's house where he's killed, tortured, all this shit, and you don't. And he used to keep the dead bodies, and you don't smell anything. You don't get a tingle. You don't get a feeling, a little spider sense.
No,
nothing.
I'm just forgetting everything about him. But did he not do a good job of hiding the evidence?
Believe so.
Like the smell.
I don't know, because
Like,
I know
did he have shit in the basement.
Probably.
It's one of those.
Probably.
See, now I'm like, I feel like I should know more about this, and I don't. I know
no,
about
like
the guy.
I remember from
I don't know specifics.
I feel maybe not Mysteries Unsolved, but like those type of shows back then that would play Unsolved, Unsolved Mysteries. No, but I remember there was I don't remember what show it was, but it was running along the same times, and they would like do these little stories and shit.
You said that so confident too, like Mysteries Unsolved.
Unsolved Mysteries, sorry.
Which they brought back on Netflix.
Oh,
randomly.
they did?
Yeah, they got a new whole new series. I might check that out tonight. Fuck it. It's like a little mini 6-episode joint.
Did that guy die? Is that guy still around?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, but the two guys, the two cops, retired with pension. Or at least one of them retired with pension. And they're like, and he just retired recently, I believe so, or some shit like that. And that's why it's coming back up. They're like, oh, this guy, they celebrated him and everything. And this is the same guy who gave this poor kid back to Dahmer.
So to tie that all back in, this pretty much goes into putting more money into training. You train cops to recognize these types of threats.
Yeah.
Kind of, tell when somebody's lying. All that stuff goes a long way, and you can prevent certain things like that happening. Exactly. And you could have caught this guy right away, that day, right then and there. Yeah. I think if that was today, if that would have happened today, and the cops, I don't think any cop would have let that go. You would have had to have been a complete idiot. Knowing all we know now about people and how freaky and weird they can be.
Yeah.
If I'm a cop I'm seeing that, I ain't driving this nigga back home.
No.
I'm stopping y'all.
I'm
bringing back up.
The entire thing just sounded crazy.
It's sketchy.
Because I never knew. I kind of heard about the cops, but I didn't know entirely. I kind of was just stuck on the fact, like, how did this kid escape?
That's
but then
weird.
he got back. How did he end up back with Dahmer? I'm like, yeah. And how he was with these two women who knew him, too. And they kept fighting, and the cops were, like, threatening the girls, and they were like, no, blah, blah, blah. Like, he goes with, Cops,
that's so fucking weird, dude.
Yeah. I do agree with the social worker, though. Sure.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, just being more engaging in the community and having people ride along with you for training purposes. Because there's so much stress that goes on to the job. Like, for as much as we talk down on cops and shit, they do go through a lot of bullshit, and they go through a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety, and there's a lot of post-traumatic stress that comes with being a cop. Yeah, regardless of who you are, what type of person you're built, when you shoot somebody or you have to kill somebody in the line of duty, that's traumatizing.
And it comes with the job.
And it comes with the job, and people don't know that, and I don't think that they're properly trained to handle that afterwards. I think, like, from what I hear and what I see on TV shows, if you fire your gun, you're like mandatory, like, reporting to psychiatry or psychologist or some shit.
Yeah, if you actually, like, kill somebody, because they want to make sure.
So that's like part of it. They want to make sure, but I think it has to go like further than that. Now, mind you, I don't know shit about what's being spent, how the shit's being funded, who's throwing money into it, other than the citizens throw a lot of money in their taxes for that shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll ever be told how much is going into what, and who's paying this amount. I don't think we'll ever find that out. If we did, I think a lot of people would be outraged, and I think that would further push the agenda, like, we need to get this money into the right places.
Yeah, 1,000%. Shit.
But
but
that's what it is, another unsolved mystery.
Mystery Unsolved?
Mystery Unsolved. That's the episode now.
Mystery Unsolved. That's like, remember what I did? And I realized it within a second. I'm like, I'm not going to even correct myself. Cold Stone.
Stone Cold Creamery.
And then I was like, oh fuck, did I just say that? And then you and guests like fucking laugh, or was it just you? Or no, we had guests, right?
I think we had a guest.
You guys start laughing at me. I'm like, damn it. I was hoping, I was like, I hope they didn't catch
this nigga
that.
Stone Cold making ice cream.
I was like, yeah, Cold Stone Steve. I was like, oh shit. Like in my head, I'm like, bitch, you got the fucking
Cold Stone,
words mixed.
Cold Stone Steve Austin.
So now I'm traumatized. And mind you, that was like one of my favorites. Now, anytime I see him like in a meme or remember like Prospect fucking sent us something when he was in it. I'm like, God damn it. I was like, all damn Pro, don't fucking mention it.
Stone Cold Creamery.
Oh shit. Oh man. But anyway, so yeah. This is episode 44.
44.
44.
44. Look at us.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Oh,
The
my name is
44.
Sade.
And my name is Kid Pro with Lyrical Fix Podcast. Catch us at the Lyrical Fix Pod on IG. You can listen to every episode from episode 1 all the way to today's episode on Audio Mac, Apple, Anchor, Spotify. Also, YouTube, you can catch the video versions as well as clips, as well as our If You Don't Know segment. We like to break those up individually so you can get in tune with all the music inside and outside of New Jersey that we rock with, that we feel you should be put onto as well. So, again, make sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, give us those 5-star ratings, keep us hot out on these podcast streets.
For real.
My name is Kid Pro.
My name is Sade.
And let's get started with episode 44. What's good?
Right before we do,
Yeah.
shout out, we have a new producer. It's the
Oh,
first
yes,
episode for July. The Hitsystem on Instagram at the Hitsystem Inc.
What up?
This is beats from his project that he dropped, Sounds from the System.
Hell yeah.
He was If You Don't Know. See, we need like a shorter. Not that we have to change the title, but like something quick. He was a bling.
Well, you can't.
No, we can't use the S word. Can't do it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we can't. Well, fuck it. We'll figure it out.
I was thinking of that because that S word works so well.
Oh my God.
But then you got stuff.
Because it's something that we all say.
Yeah.
Slept on. Like, that's something we all say.
If we said slept on, then that's just biting.
Well, no. But, like, I'm saying, like, in conversation, that's always like, oh, you got to hear this. This is slept on. Like, shit like that. Like, it's, damn it, motherfucker.
It's like, and you want to say something like, oh, the unknowns. That sounds disrespectful.
That does sound. Well, If You Don't Know. But, yeah, he was part of the If You Don't Know Pro. You picked him.
Yeah.
So the opening be Atlantic City at, 10 a.m., 10 p.m.?
Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, Atlantic Ocean. Oops, sorry.
At 10 p.m.
There's something about city lights. That's the next one. But yeah, Sounds from the System. Go check that out everywhere.
There's a lot of fucking bangers on there, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I because you gave me the 5 for this month because we have the 5 episodes this month, and then I was like, you know what? Because I hadn't heard the rest of the project because I only heard a couple, and then you gave me your list.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
It was a lot. It was very hard to choose from.
Yeah, but I didn't know what to take out and replace it with because I was like, all right, well, maybe if we take out Popeyes, and then I was like, no, I can't do it. So I was like, man, I can't do it. Never mind.
For anybody wondering, Popeyes is one of the names of the beats.
Yeah, sorry. That was one of the tracks. I should have went.
What just sounded crazy. We're just taking out Popeyes.
Let's take out Popeye. And, no, he's out. But yeah, how was your week, babe?
Let me see. Went to the beach again the day after we recorded last episode. Yeah. Went out there, hung out. Social distancing. That was pretty cool.
How's it social distance? Well, I mean, when I go to the beach, usually like I haven't been to the beach in a big group. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, I'm either solo or I go with a friend, and we're already kind of away from everybody.
Yeah. So. Well, there's face masks on the boardwalk when you're walking by, makes sense, of course. Definitely need one if you're going to go inside anywhere and eat. Yeah. For sure. So everybody had them. When I was on the boardwalk, was I 6 feet away from everybody? No, because that's impossible. Everybody's just on there. And then we have to wait online to get into the beach. But once we're on the beach, everybody's pretty much away from each other.
Spread out, yeah. The actual beach section is fine.
The one thing I noticed, which was told to me, I didn't even fucking pay attention, the water is so much more cleaner than it's ever been.
Yeah, I seen a video of like this whale, because like the whales, dolphins, and sharks will come by the shore. And not the fact that the whale was by the shore. It was just the fact that I'm like, oh, I can kind of see through the water now.
You can see through the water.
It's a little less green.
Yeah, it was clean. It was almost pretty much see-through. I could see my shins like at one point. Like, it was pretty impressive.
Nobody shitting.
Yeah, there was no shitting. I'm not gonna lie though. There was a point where people were getting a little too close to me, and so I wanted them to stay away. I had to go, so I casually just started pissing as I'm swimming by people like this. So I'm going parallel to them, and I'm just letting it go so that the wave Once the wave hits, it's hitting them.
You fucking asshole.
Yeah. Because they were being annoying. There was these 4 guys. I don't know. They were early 30s, and they were playing with the ball, and they kept throwing it into the crowd and hitting people, and people kept getting it back to them.
Yeah.
So at one point, I'm like, oh, fuck you guys. So I go privately because I'm looking for a place to go.
If they deserve the piss,
they definitely deserve the piss. They definitely deserve this.
Yeah.
They deserve this golden shower. Pause. They deserve that. So I go parallel.
The golden current, the golden
current.
wave.
Yes. The yellow current was pushing. It was, they would have thought that, oh, it's nice and warm. The sun must be hitting here. Nope, it was my piss. It was me. I go parallel, and I'm hitting them. I'm hitting a bunch of kids. I'm hitting this old couple. Yeah. Everybody's getting it today from Pro. That's just how it felt. And I was so relieved, and the water was so nice.
Oh, shit.
And that sounds nasty now that I've told that story, but that was it.
It
happened, and it was a good time. Yeah, no, it was a great time. Not that much traffic, and it was cool. And of course, you always have that fight on the way home when you're in a relationship. Just out of nowhere, it's always a good day, and then something just triggers a fight. I'm not gonna say what triggered it, but it wasn't me and it wasn't her. It was somebody else, and it just turned into a fight from there. You hate when those happen.
Oh yeah.
Like you just on the ride home, everything is good, but somebody has to say something, or something comes up that has nothing to do with you. Either you two.
Was it just you two and the kids, or more people? Was
me,
it actually
her,
somebody...
the kids, and somebody else.
Oh, that. Okay. Now I get it. Okay.
That person,
like,
that person joking around and stuff led into us talking, which then led into her saying something, which led into me saying something, which led into a fight.
Yeah.
Which then it's just quiet the rest of the ride home.
Yeah.
Like that's.
I know Juan usually drives most of the time, and then I just do the off to the side.
In my car, if you're riding with me, and because I usually have control of the music, I'm playing whatever. I'm playing the shit I like. If I'm not playing music, I'm mad.
Oh.
I'm in an annoyed mood. And I was annoyed.
Yeah.
It was a stupid fucking fight. And it was one of those fights where it's like, all right, I could say I'm sorry right now, but I'm not going to go over to you and just say I'm sorry right now while you're driving. Just get us the fuck home. We got about an hour left.
Oh, shit.
And then I remembered that it just so happened that at that time, there was a IG Live going on that Guess was doing it. You mentioned him. I don't even know when. His name is mentioned that Guess was doing, so I just had that. So it was an IG Live video, but the service was so horrible that I ended up just having the phone in my ear like this, listening to the fucking live.
Just all upset.
Like this, my fucking this is touching the window. I'm like this. I'm not even looking at her. I'm just talk, Guess. Like I'm listening to a Guess interview while to distract myself from the fight that's going on with my girl.
That's right. I remember I got it. I was at work. Yeah.
So that happened.
I remember I was at work. No, it was right before, because that was the morning, like I was editing and I had everything done, and then I hit you up and I'm like, fuck, I'm at work at this time. I'm like, damn, he's at work. He's not gonna be able to post shit. I'm like, wait, I have some time during a cigarette. Just let me know. And then you were able to do it.
Yeah.
But that shit was fun. I thought about it, I'm like, this motherfucker's at the beach right now.
And it's weird when you argue in the car and your kids know you're arguing. The oldest one, he's 9. He's aware. Mm-hmm. He's like, guys, relax. And I have to turn back. I'm like, hey, it's fine, buddy. No, we're just talking. It's okay. And then go back. You see what happened? I do that before. You see what happened?
This is why we need the angles.
I don't want to yell in front of him. This is why I don't want to argue in front of him.
Bro, you could just have your own angle.
I should have that all the time.
You really should.
You see what the fuck is going on?
You should have a camera
every time.
Just follow you everywhere.
He can hear us now. He's 9 years old. He can hear exactly what we're saying. That's what that one time I told you that we was just randomly we was taking a shower. It was like 11 at night. Randomly taking a shower. Not even talking about anything crazy. Not doing nothing crazy. We just having a random conversation, adult shit about what we're gonna do tomorrow. And he's pissing. We didn't notice. And then we hear the toilet flush, and he's like, "Hey guys."
Oh yeah, remember that one.
I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, he just listens to everything. He just stays and listens to the conversation, waiting to catch something.
When I was his age, I did the same thing. Mind you, I was the youngest.
Yes, he was everywhere.
But at the time, I didn't know about the other 2 sisters, so I was just the youngest of 5 in my world. And I mean, I kind of knew about them, but I didn't meet them. And I also lived in a party house. So yeah. I done seen and heard everything, and I'd just be quiet in the corner. Most of them be like, what the fuck? There'd be like shots around. I'm like, bleep, let me take a shot. Lucky AJ is not living my life, that's for sure. But I was one of those quiet ones, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
just be like, you don't know I'm around, but I hear everything.
Oh.
And then you see, watch when he says some shit. He's like, but Dad, you said, the fuck, when did I say that? And he's gonna repeat that. I used to do that shit all the time.
That's what I'm get. I'm definitely gonna get that with the youngest one. And oh, now I noticed the youngest one. This little dude's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a problem. He's already at that stage where, if you tell him no, he turns into that.
Cassius is trying to drink your beer. Oh no, never. He didn't like it.
He turns into that. If you tell him no, he turns into that kid that we all seen at the store that doesn't get what he wants and throws a temper tantrum, throws himself on the ground, and like the way he throws him.
Already?
Yeah, already.
Damn.
And I don't know where it came from because no one else in the house does that. But this guy is to the point where it's like he'll be standing and walking and he'll pick up something. I'm like, hey, don't touch that wire. Don't touch the blinds. Don't do that. And he'll look at me and goes, and then on top of that, he just falls to the ground super slow like an old man. And then has to bump the back of his head on the floor. Whatever surface he's on, just goes. Has to do that every time. Shit, my head just hurt. Fuck. But he has to do that every time, no matter what it is. So I yelled at him.
That was funny.
Yes, I yelled at him. I'm like, hey, don't. I said, no, don't touch that. No, he's like. I'm like, my nigga, calm down. It's not that serious.
Fuck, that
but
was
now
funny,
it's just ingrained in him, and he's just gonna be like that. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna stop this.
No.
He's gonna be that kid at Walmart. Dad, can I have a toy? No, Leo, you can't have the toy.
Damn.
And I'm like, yo, come on.
When he cries, does he always get like a response when he cries? Or
like, so like, no. I'm like, I'll talk to him like a grown person. I'm like, no, don't cry. It's not gonna help you.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm not gonna listen. Stop it. You can't touch that. Like,
or if because sometimes like that can be like he just picked it up. Because if he didn't, like, he just probably learned it by himself. If nobody else was like that, like if AJ didn't grow up like that, then he probably just like, oh, I can get my way if I do something. Yeah,
it's
no,
weird.
he's smart.
He's got a thing
problem.
for taking everything. I can't ever find the remote control. He takes everybody's sandals.
Is that where you found my lava? With Leo?
If he took the lava, oh shit! God
That shit
forbid.
was missing
I did see him
for
holding. I did see him holding it one day, and I had to snatch that shit quick.
I mean, nah, he wouldn't. No, he probably.
No, I don't hit the lava around him, but there's been times where I'll be hitting it, and like he'll walk in on me, and I'm like, oh, okay. I have to put it away, and then he'll see it, and he'll just like, he'll look at it.
No, because I figured like, no, not that like you guys do it around him, but what if like you guys? Oh, here. What if you guys like put it down and
he'd
he's
grab
like,
it.
oh, that's
he
nice.
He grabs everybody's sandals. Then we can't look for it. Then we're walking barefoot around the house like
a
idiots.
fucking dog.
Yeah,
Sound like fucking dog.
and he just walks like a little mini drunk person. So it's hilarious too. And he's at that point where he's speed walking. So if you ever seen a drunk person speed walking, that's what my kid is walking like right now.
Oh shit. Those are pretty funny.
Leaning everywhere. But that was pretty much my week. Another week in quarantine, other than going to the beach. And yet I had a family member that left yesterday. He flew out to South Carolina. He's going to be there for I don't know how long. And the day he's leaving, I go to my phone and I see that Cuomo and Murphy put out, hey, anybody that's traveling to New York or New Jersey from these states must go into a 14-day quarantine. Yeah. He's going to one of those states. He bought a one-way ticket. We don't know when he's coming back. He said 2-3 weeks.
It's going to be longer. Oh, no, but when he gets back,
When he gets back. So I don't have a place to put him in. I don't have a room that he can quarantine in. When he was staying before, he stayed in the living room. I can't help homie out. And we talked about this as a family. We're trying to figure out. We told him, yo, you come back, we need you to get tested.
Yeah, no, right
at
away.
This point, like, you being super risky with it, I understand. You wanted to go to your friends, and they offered you a place to stay. But that state just became the fucking epicenter.
What
South Carolina.
Okay.
One of the epicenters. I'm not saying it is, but.
That sucks. Yeah, because fucking my brother, right before his job opened, he like texted a group chat. He was like, is it bad that I want to go over there? Because he was planning the one that you guys kind of talked to a little bit on Instagram, the oldest. So yeah, he's like, is it bad that I want to like go over there and see you guys? Because he's by himself in Arizona, And I know, like, in the
AJ
beginning, he
definitely
was
on that
getting
list.
homesick, and then now he's just being quarantined, and I'm sure he ran through his quarantine hose. So he's like, all right, I'm good with the hose, maybe some family time. And he was thinking about it, and then I'm trying to think. I think right after he said that, then his job is talking about opening back up. Mind you, he's in Arizona. They closed down. He works at Bolero bowling alley ship. They closed down. What was it? I think in the order was he was talking about flying back home. Then his job said about opening back up. Then, what is it called? Then they put out the 2-week quarantine if you come from these states.
Yep.
Which we already knew the numbers were climbing up.
Yep.
But yeah, but my brother was being like super safe and shit. In the beginning of this, I was like, make sure you wipe down your groceries, all that good shit.
Yeah, all that shit.
And then right after that, everything gets shut down, but the fucking bowling alley. And that's all I was like, yo, somebody in your government bowls.
Loves that bowling alley.
Is part of a fucking league. If the fact that, and mind you, like, they serve alcohol, like, it's a full service
Or
bowling
there's deeper
alley.
shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they closed down restaurant, bars, gyms, pretty much everything.
Yeah.
But he's still open.
Yeah. That's how I see it. Like, even with major corporations, like, I know for a fact, like, and you don't, and this is to my wrestling fans, Vince McMahon, the CEO, head chairman, whatever, the big boss man over at WWE, he is really, 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 really cool friends with Trump. And he has been the only entertainment that I've been watching consistently. Them niggas is still going. They're doing the wrestling matches.
Yeah.
It went from to a point where there was nobody in the crowd to now they just got everybody from the development center and they moved them into the Florida shit, the performance center in Florida, and they have the wrestlers in the crowd and they got little like boards and shit.
Yeah.
For social distancing, but they're just there to provide like a crowd atmosphere.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's still been going when everything else has been canceled just lets you know, because they all of a sudden they became quote unquote essential workers.
Fuck out of
Like,
here.
come on, man. When you cool with Trump like that, you can get that type of leeway. You can get that type of hookup because he's still been going. And he wants. I've seen reports. He wants to be the first sporting event with crowds. He wants to be the next one. He wants to be the first one that has crowds coming in. And now I'm hearing that all over the place that, look, the perfect storm's coming. Like, shit's about to get even worse.
It was wrestling, right?
What?
I know, because I started thinking about it in my head, NBA and NFL.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're coming back. NBA's coming back. But they're going to be in a bubble.
Yeah, they're going to be in the bubble. No, we're talking about wrestling.
They've just been in Florida at the Performance Center in
Not
Orlando.
for nothing, wrestling fans are fucking maniacs. So I can see
absolutely.
it. Absolutely.
Look, I'm one of them. But
right after that, I can see boxing. Or MMA.
Well, MMA, they're doing it, but they went as far as to get Fight Island.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But they're cool with not having anybody in the stands. They're fine with that. And honestly, when you watch MMA without a crowd, it's better.
Yeah.
It's so much better. You can hear the commentators perfectly. You can hear the shots. You can hear the shit talking. I'd prefer it without fans.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like the only different, like you can't hear shit going on.
Yeah.
And the commentators got to yell over everybody.
I can't wait for fight night.
So, yeah, no, boxing, any fighting, I'd rather hear without a crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for that. Wrestling, the crowd is just a different feel because you kind of need the crowd to keep the performance going for the wrestlers because it's kind of like an art thing. It's like, obviously we know it's not real, it's scripted.
The whole premise of it is to feed off
the crowd.
Yeah,
because
so
you have
you
a good
need
guy
that.
and you have a bad guy, and
Yeah.
you play off that. So when you don't have that element in there, it's kind of weird. So for those first couple months when there was no crowd and these wrestling matches were going on, everybody that saw it said the same shit. Yo, this is freaky.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, the only time you could do this would be in a video game where you could just turn the crowd noise off. Now it's just live and you're seeing it. It's like, wow. And then they turned into doing cinematic style matches. Those were kind of cool.
You told me about those, yeah.
You should watch one of them, and you'd actually, anybody that doesn't like wrestling, watch it that way, and you'd kind of get it now.
Yeah, I went through a wrestling phase when I was younger, but then eventually, just like what I went through like an NBA phase, I appreciate it. I'll watch it every now and then, but I don't like look out for it, I guess.
It was shot like a movie, like The Undertaker, who's fucking
that I want
55.
to check out.
He fought.
He's fucking
Yeah,
old,
at
bro.
WrestleMania
It's insane.
this past April, they did a 2-day event, and they did his match on the first night, and they did it cinematic style. It wasn't in a ring because he was trying, and I saw the whole Undertaker documentary, which any wrestling fans, I recommend you see that. It's a 5-part. They did it like Jordan shit, where they just did his documentary.
Is that Netflix, right?
It's on the WWE network.
Oh,
You gotta have
okay,
that.
okay,
So,
okay, gotcha.
but it's fucking phenomenal, great. And the last episode talked about his last match where he did a cinematic style. It wasn't in a ring because he was rusty, he couldn't move. He's old, obviously he's injured. So they were trying to figure out, all right, with COVID going on, how are we going to get a match? And they got him against this like 40-year-old like legend. This guy's great, makes anybody look good in the ring. He wanted his match with Undertaker. They made it work. They went to a boneyard match, like a little graveyard type shit, and they detailed how they went into it, all the stuff that happened, how they made the match work, like a whole behind-the-scenes documentary style. And when you see the match, you can't. It don't even matter if this dude's 55. Like, this is a straight-up fight. And everything that's going on, like, they're on top of a roof. They're getting thrown off. There's other people coming in. Oh, it's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. That sounds good, though. That's what it sounds
And
I gotta
that
check
shit,
that out.
when you do shit like that, it's cool. Like, NBA, they're talking about you're going to have different camera angles. They're talking about miking up the players, you know. But when you break this down, Sade, I don't know if you know about this. They're going to be in a quote-unquote bubble. They're going to be in Orlando.
Yeah.
In this area where it's going to be blocked off from the outside public. It's just the players, the teams, the 22 teams that are there, and their families for 3 months. They're going to practice for a month, and they're going to play games, like a certain number of games and a playoff and a championship.
Yeah, they're in their
Very
own,
unique
like,
situation.
quarantine. Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith mentioned this, and I always had in the back of my head, but it wasn't until he mentioned, I was like, yeah, you know what? What are you going to do? A lot of these players are used to a certain type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
They're used to getting a certain type of attention. They're used to having a certain type of people around them and women at all times. What's going to happen when you have these men, all this testosterone, these alpha males, pent up, and they can't holler at their side piece, and or the wife's too busy with the kids.
Yeah.
They can't. They're stuck. There's no privacy. What are they going to do for 3 months?
Oh, there's probably be some fights.
Are they going to sneak people in? Are those people going to get tested?
I can see that happening. I can see not the testing, but them sneaking people in.
Because they're going to get tested. People are going to get tested in there. And God forbid you have a situation where it's like a player from New York's wife ends up fucking a player from San Antonio.
Yeah.
And all this shit happens inside a bubble. And apparently there's no cops. There might not be any security. Like, it's going to be a madhouse.
The hoes will be snuck in.
But it's crazy if you're sneaking hoes in. Like, I don't even know. This isn't obviously a literal bubble.
Yeah.
But, you know, people are going to be able to come in and out. Maybe, maybe not. But you got to have a special pass or some shit. I don't know how this is going, but I'm very excited for it. But there's just so much room for error here.
Yeah. I don't... it's going to be messy. Even if they had, like, cops and security, these are basketball players. These are athletes. Athletes tend to get whatever they want.
Yeah.
So
putting them in a spot where they can't get what they want is kind of
and it's
troublesome.
not like they're asking, oh, let me get your gun, which actually I'm sure if most athletes ask for a cop's gun, they can get it. But if they say, like, you know, like, it's just the wife, the kids, I just need a release. Yeah, sneak the little bitch in.
Hey, man, look, I'm just saying, check the IG pages. Check these hoes out here. If they're in Orlando in the next couple months, you know why.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole bunch of Eskimo brothers with fucking COVID, that's for sure.
Oh, man.
I mean, they usually share other things,
and
too.
And I'm saying, just imagine right now where this is going. And look, and just to stay on the whole COVID thing, I'm at the point right now where, okay, I was listening to all the conspiracies. I didn't know what to make of this shit.
Oh, shit, I got to tell you what. Yeah, go ahead. You just reminded me. Yeah.
Okay, but now I'm at this point where, look, this shit's real. This shit is real. Like, there's no conspiracy thing where it's like, all right, they are faking the numbers. I do see that. Like, if somebody dies for a heart attack, but they tested positive for COVID, you guys are putting down that they died of COVID. I get that because you guys need your money, the hospitals, insurance shit.
And they want to also make it seem like it's so it scares more people.
So I get that part. But the shit is still real.
Yeah.
Granted, it might just be as serious as the flu. People die from the flu every year.
Yeah.
The regular flu. So this is just another type of flu. It's just new, and it's just being pushed as, like, the end-all, be-all of everything.
Oh, no, somebody, what was it? The other day I was going out for work, yesterday, actually, going out for work, and I see, what is it? I see a cop, and I'm like, it's like, the fuck? I'm thinking, like, I haven't done anything in a long time. Because he was just walking through the center, like, where the squirrels be and shit. And then because I have that bush, so I didn't see anything past him and the trees right there. Then I keep walking down. I had like a garbage bag to throw out and shit. And then I look over and I see a stretcher a couple more cops. I see a couple neighbors, just like one is out on their phone. A couple of them are just like checking it out. And I see a door wide open. So then I see another one just walking her dog and shit. And she's like far away, like by like, you know, that last bench right there by the street. So I go to her, I'm like, what happened? She's like, I don't know if he died or something. So it's actually that lady I was talking to, it was her neighbor that in the apartment next to her. Yeah. So I was like, what the fuck? I called Juan up right away. I was like, oh, you remember the guy with the big ass dog? He died, whatever. And then today, going in and out with Aries to the vet and shit, I came across one of the guys that was watching, the neighbor, and he told me everything. And to sum it up, it wasn't. He didn't die. He's still in. He's in the ICU or some shit. He's stable though. Actually, he just got out of ICU. He's stable. It's not COVID. The first thing they tested him, COVID. He's clean. But it had that little U right there, all freaking out because they all chill together. They have. Remember I told you about the barbecues that be right outside my fucking bedroom window in the kitchen.
Social distancing.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're all kind of freaking out, and then because he called one of the guy that I was talking to earlier today, called and he's like, hey, like, can you walk my dog? Like, like I just woke up and I have 103 fever and I can barely move.
Oh shit.
And then he's like, yeah, let me get right back to you. Freaking out and calls his sister who's a nurse, and then she's like, I don't think it's COVID, but don't go over there just in case. And then she's talking to him, like, has he shown it? Mind you, I just seen him a few days walking around. He's fine. I heard he had, like, health issues. He's an old guy. I heard he went through cancer and everything. So he kind of walks like he's been through life. Like, life kicked the shit out of him kind of thing. But he looked fine in that sense. So she was like, if this just happened suddenly, that's not COVID. So she had to calm everybody down in that little area that like they all live next to each other and they all hang out together. And he was telling me that she calmed them down, and then they finally got the results that he was negative.
See, imagine having to do that multiple times a day because it's a new disease that people have no idea about.
Oh yeah, mind you, his sister lives in California.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, which
so that's a lot of stress for someone.
Yeah, and she's just trying to because he's like, listen, like. Everybody's freaking out, and then they're looking at me like, are you crazy? Because eventually he got worried. He went upstairs because he heard the dog barking, and he found the guy and then called the 911 and shit. So they were worried, like, he had to get tested too. He's fine, he's negative, but he had nothing wrong with him. He's like, the guy has health issues.
That's
like
crazy,
it's one of those things.
And that's what they say. People that have health issues or predetermined conditions, like,
and the first thing they test, that's why.
And this is the stuff that happens. And it's like, you got to fear for people like that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that walk around asymptomatic, and people have the antibodies and all this stuff. So it's like you hear so much, and I'm just like drowned out by all this like information.
But the theory that one of the regulars at my job had, what was it? By the way, is Virginia in one of those quarantine states or no?
Could be. Let me check.
So no, because you don't really have to check, because him and his wife I haven't seen in a little while, but they had to go to Virginia, so I'm wondering if I haven't seen them in a while because they probably have to quarantine. So the husband has been checking on the stats. The wife is like, oh, he checks that shit every day. He's like, I can tell you the numbers for any state retired. You already know it. Fucking retired. He's like, you tell me a state. I'm like, I don't know, pick one. Surprise me. Just pick one. So then he tells me, and he's telling me about Jersey, he tells me the numbers and shit. And then he was like, see, it's not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but my theory is, and I was telling my sister about it, and she was like, it makes sense. He thinks that increase in numbers is just the increase of testing sites and the ability to test more people.
I agree, and I've been questioning that to you for like the past couple of weeks. How are we getting these numbers? How are you telling me that you got 6,000 in one day?
Not that like my mind was blown, but I'm like, holy shit, that makes so much sense. He was like, right? He was like, it's not like a theory of mine. it just makes fucking sense. Because if it, like, and mind you, maybe 10 minutes after we had that conversation, 2 of the mobile testing sites, because, you know, we're in the patio bar, drove past the bar.
Right, yeah, and that's another thing too. That now there's just more testing available. There's mobile testing. There's actual sites now you can go to. More sites popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna get more results.
Oh yeah, the
so
giant,
it's gonna look scarier.
the Giants, health
Meadowlands?
center. No, the health center.
Oh,
The
Atlantic.
What?
No, I'm thinking Jets. Sorry.
No, like that. They're the gym. That's close by me. They turned, I think, that parking lot. I don't know if it still is. I know they did it at one point into a testing site. I think Juan actually like helped set up the tents and shit one day.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But it's things like that. Like that. I know that was maybe a couple months ago. But they have the mobile ones. Then they have like the actual like, here you come here and blah blah blah, or like, you know, a truck will be at this time and, you know, a line of people just waiting to get tested, or the drive ups too. So it makes sense, his theory. Like, no, it's these people have had COVID for, you don't know how long they had COVID.
Right, that's another thing too.
It's just more people are able to get tested.
You don't know how long you've had it. That's another thing. So that's the thing. And for anybody wondering, the states that were mentioned by Governor Cuomo and Murphy are Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Idaho, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, Nevada, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Utah. So if you're traveling to New York or New Jersey from any one of those states, when you get to wherever you're staying, you gotta quarantine. You must self-quarantine for 14 days.
Mind you, my sister that's in Vegas is going to Texas this month.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know how it works over there. I mean,
well, no, she's gonna. Well,
what I'm saying, they're pretty much they're not, motherfuckers aren't wearing masks out there like they should.
Texas, damn.
They're not. A lot of these places they're not. Florida definitely isn't.
No,
for
Florida's
sure they're
wild.
not. And a lot of people in Jersey, like just in the beach, there were people that were straight up just not wearing masks at all at any point.
Well, yeah, that's what I wanted to transition with. So perfect. So, you know, my peasant ass, I'm doing laundry, and sorry. So I'm walking into the laundromat, and I'm going to, like, you know, get my clothes out of the dryer, and I hear Murphy's voice. I look up, and I see, and I took a screen. Wait, did I send it to you? No, I don't think I sent it to you. I took a picture. All of a sudden, I'm like fumbling because I got the baskets and shit, and I like take my phone out, and I'm like, click. I sent it to Joy. The delaying indefinitely of the indoor seating.
Right.
The indoor dining, I mean.
And when I heard that, I immediately thought of you, and I hit you up.
Yeah, okay. That's why I thought I sent it to you, because you had hit me up because I thought you were Joy when my phone went off.
Okay.
Because I had just sent it to her. So, yeah, that shit was fucking wild. So, I seen it, and I'm looking up. I'm like, that is why I didn't go back to my old job. That's exactly why. When they called, because they too prematurely. I understand that these restaurants, like, they want to get prepared. Okay, cool. But this is not something we've gone through this as a country and as, you know, world. We've gone through pandemics before, but in recent terms, not at all.
Yeah, and you feel for that because, like, now, and like I've listened to other podcasts and stuff. You feel for these restaurants, and I feel bad for them now because they went out of their way to purchase all the food and drinks that's going to go to waste because they were under the impression that stuff was going to open up again.
I mean, they can give their liquor to me because I have none.
True. You know, there was a point when this shit first started. I got a friend of mine who's a manager at Outback Steakhouse. Yeah. He hit up all of us in a group chat. He's like, yo, they're selling all this shit for cheap. So if you want some, like, let me know. I threw dude $40, and I remember that. Yeah, I got everything from filet mignon to like porterhouse steaks.
If he does, wait,
shrimp.
Did he hit you up again?
He hit me up for other shit, but basically, I'm gonna ask him again though and see if that's still going on. But man,
give me some.
And this was 3 months ago, and like those $40 went for a good 3 weeks of just us cooking. I mean, we got reckless with it, where we just had like straight up barbecues.
Oh yeah,
at one point
I got the pictures of the ribs.
Yeah.
And the bones.
Oh man, the ribs too, bro.
I miss where I worked for Outback. I miss
having Outback every day was and then the mac and cheese. He just put in the mac and cheese too extra. Oh man.
No, it was funny. What was it? Because I was going to college, and that was one of my jobs was Outback. And I would work at Outback at night and then be, you know, walking to my dorm. And one day and I always I was never a person who like ate during my shift. I just work through it and then I'll eat after or, you know, eat before. And I would go from class to there. So I would eat after and I bring the bag and one of the security guards goes, So, question. Just not trying to be funny, but how is a college student eating Outback every day? I'm like, I work there, please. Fuck. I was like, man, fuck out of here. I
You
work
got that
there.
Outback money.
I was like, discount. He was
No lie, that food is good as fuck.
yeah,
though.
and
I
he's
ain't
like,
gonna
oh,
lie.
you work there? What? And he came to visit me, and I was like, please, come on. He's my security guard.
Yeah, shout out to my bro, man, for
Yeah.
helping out with that
That shit
time.
is
Because it was a point where, you know, it was like late March, early April.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys remember, like, we didn't know what was going on. You couldn't get any toilet paper.
Yeah.
Like, no cleaning products available. I'm now out of a job at this point,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, all right, I'm not trying to go to the shopping centers, to grocery stores, and do the whole mass thing at the time, and because there's lines and shit.
Yeah.
So he hits me up out of nowhere. He's like, yo, I got all this stuff. I'm like, bet.
Like, perfect timing.
$40 came through. It
Yeah.
worked, and then after that, shit started like getting easier to maneuver around. I could go to the
Right.
grocery store. It
Now
wasn't
there's
that much
toilet
of a
paper.
wait.
Yeah.
Now there's toilet paper, so it's like shit. But now they're saying that it's going to get worse. So it's like, all right, we've already been through this. I feel like I can handle it again, but I don't know if I can handle something that's going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I'm a little, because
I don't know if I'm ready for it.
Yeah, because I already know, and this is why I haven't, because we were at the bar last night, and I ran into some people. Me and Joy ran into somebody that we used to work with, and he goes, you know, like, they need help. Like, he's kept pushing it, and I got quiet, and Joy's like, all right, like, you know, but blah, 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 and like, well, she wasn't yelling. She was yelling to try to get a word in, but, I mean, they're both drunk, so you can't really.
Yeah.
And I'm just off to the side quiet, and I'm just thinking about, like, my Magners and my shot of JMO that's waiting for me upstairs. We went downstairs to smoke, and I'm just like, all right, I'm over this conversation. Like, I'm not going to tell you the reason why I'm not going back, because all you're going to do is tell me, oh, you're being resentful, they need help, and isn't it about money, this and that. Because he overheard a conversation I was talking. I'm like, listen, we can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
I can't live off that kind of thing. But I was talking the fact that we need to bring a younger crowd to the bar. It's a local bar that I work at now. And it's building back up. Joy's fucking killing it. I hope you're listening, because you are killing it, bitch.
Love you, Joy.
So, you know, like, we're building back up. But he overheard a little bit and then mentions it in the conversation. And I felt like saying, like, this is why you don't eavesdrop. You could have easily asked. And plus, I have other income.
Right.
You don't know, like, I'm not just winging it. I have, I mean, it's not like I'm making a whole bunch of money on the side, but I have other income, so you don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Making assumptions.
I'm just saying I can't live off that, because we don't got Corona. I'm talking about beer. If we don't have fucking Stella, then we don't have Stella. I can't keep working with, like, running out of beer and liquor and shit. So that's what we were talking about. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Like a famous man once said on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, it was the basketball coach, when you make an assumption, you become an ass, and an ump will shun you.
Damn, I wish I remember that for last
But
time. Damn, I should get that sound effect.
Oh, but
What's up?
also one other thing I wanted to say, which even makes it scarier, this whole COVID situation scarier, is first the announcement about cutting back on the indoor dining.
Yeah.
To where today, or I believe it was
yeah.
yesterday, I get in my news feed, New Jersey, among other states, now have extended their unemployment benefits another 20 weeks amid the spike in coronavirus cases. Now, I don't know if y'all can tell, but Sade seems very, very elated by that news.
Because the government's paying for money
Now,
in the house.
according to CBS, the state labor department has just announced that New Jersey, among a few other states, is extending its coronavirus unemployment benefits by 20 weeks. People, if you don't know what 20 weeks is, that's another 5 months. If you don't know what another 5 months is, today's July, another 5 months would be December. People, that's the rest of 2020.
Well,
you could
yeah,
possibly be
I'm
receiving
not-
unemployment for the rest of the fucking year.
I'm not devastated by it, just because I'm this shit's making me save money. But at the same time, I'm not devastated, because I already knew. I had a feeling. And that's why, like, old boss is calling me back, and I'm looking at the phone. I'm like, so you want me to go back for what? Just a couple tables? Because I still talk to people I used to work with. The way they have shit set up, no. There are people making money, and then if you're not if you get stuck in the bad section, you're stuck. I can't I can't really get into
Yeah,
it,
like,
but it's just it's literally 2 people a night that are making money, and then the very few other people that are around them are making nothing because they get all the main tables. And it's like, no, I'm not. Fuck out of here.
I'm having
I'm
thoughts.
not losing unemployment for that.
I'm having second thoughts about my current job. I mean, I'm not working right now, but it's a salesman job. And, you know, where in the place you used to have maybe 2 or 3 salesmen at a time, they've limited now to just 1 salesman.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So everybody is hitting their numbers because there's only 1 salesman at each spot. If we bring in a second one, you're cutting that in half. Now, no one's reaching their quota. No one's getting paid that money that they would have made where they got to make their monthly quota. So that's something I'm looking into. And now I'm getting hit up by all these job places for the jobs I used to do, which is office work. Right now, that seems like the safest thing because I could technically be doing that from the comfort of my own home.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't hurt. So I'm thinking to myself, should I call up these places and see what they're offering?
I would do it.
Because and I feel bad to let my current job go because I got a lot of good people that I know there, people that have hooked up the position, and it's a great opportunity. But with everything going on right now, do I really want to invest time in that type of job?
Yeah.
It's just not hitting right now like it should. I've been waiting forever to get a job like that, and I finally got it, and I'm like in a position where I can make some good money, and then this shit happens.
Then you kind of reach out to the boss and be like, listen, I have a family. During this time, I'm going to pick up a job, an office job where I can, be able to do it at home. When things are back to normal, I am willing to go back.
Right. That's
kind of leave the door open.
Leave the door open. I think that's what's going to have to happen. But, at the same time, I got to see what these office jobs are paying.
Yeah.
And see if it's even worth me. And hopefully,
I would check that. I would do that first. Yeah.
Hopefully, I can work from home. Because if it's an office job and, like, you're asking me to do phone work, that's something I can easily do from home.
Oh, yeah. No, Saint's loving that shit.
I shouldn't have to, like, go to an office and risk myself out there for that.
No.
I got kids still.
No, fucking, what's it called? Damn, I just lost it. What?
Nick, I forgot to tell you, too. I'm sorry. We should go into this because it's going back to my week.
Okay.
So, we got time or you want to... What's up?
1 hour.
We're at 1 hour? Oh, shit.
Yeah. So we can do it, and then we can spit fire the rest.
Yeah, 5 minutes. I'm gonna tell you, and then you tell me your opinion.
Yeah, go.
So, I said last week my kid graduated from 4th grade. Shout out to him. He's not starting 5th grade. So, and my baby got shot in the face. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
He's recovering nicely. He's back to normal, 100%. So, we get an email, me and wifey, about the next school year. Yo.
What?
Yo.
Is it what's it called? The indoor?
They wanted
the house. The home.
They sent us a questionnaire, a survey.
Homeschooling? Yeah, sorry.
They sent us a questionnaire, survey. How do you feel about having the kids at school, and they lay down guidelines, social distancing, masks, possibly. Would you be okay with that if your child wearing a mask all day? Gloves, sanitizing. Only going to school for 2.5 hours a day, and then going home for 1.5 hours of schooling. That would be a school day now. That is going to be the future of school in New Jersey for children, at least this year. When I read that, my mind was blown. I'm like, yo, it's crazy. Like, we're all thinking about everything going on as adults. We don't even think about how crazy it is for the kids.
Yeah.
And me having 2, but just 1 really, because my little one, he's got still some time before he goes to daycare. But my 9-year-old, who's going to be in 5th grade, is going to be 10. Like, wow. Like, I don't know if I want him going to school, even though kids don't really get this stuff and their immune systems are supposedly strong against COVID. I don't know if I'm comfortable with him going and then coming back every day, then coming home. And now I have to have a babysitter, or I might have to take off of work, or we got to figure out something. Like, this is crazy now.
No, I would. I mean, I think it's nice to have that. Maybe it's kind of nice to have that option, I guess, just for the people who aren't able to really homeschool their kids. Because there's some people out there that should not be fucking teaching their kids shit.
No, they shouldn't, but they got no other choice, because it's like you can't find... It's very hard to get someone to just take care of your kids. They have like a babysitter. They don't want to go to anybody's house. I don't blame them.
No.
And then at the same time, I don't know where you've been. I don't know what you do when you're off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even like when I'll be like, out and about, there are times where I see kids like the parents have masks, or the mom, like one parent will have a mask and their kid won't.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen it.
It bugs me out because I understand, cool, immune system, cool, but what in the entire fuck that they can still catch it now?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what the fuck is what.
At least they can be, I guess, immune, but still carry it. So then it's like, okay, so now he's bringing it into the household.
I don't even know anymore, yo. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's real anymore.
What are you guys leaning to? Are you guys leaning to just?
We answered the question there. Like I said, would I be okay with him going to school if he wore a mask and social distanced himself from kids and had gloves and they clean the station every day? I said yes, I'd be fine with that.
But doesn't really. I personally, the gloves don't mean shit.
And the masks don't mean shit, and I can't expect little kids to keep them on all day.
Yeah, it's because the masks don't mean shit just because they do mean shit, but kids will easily just be like this.
Yeah, because they're kids.
Because talking through that mask is so fucking difficult. There are times like I'll be talking to people like if I'm outside of my like little box, and I have to go to the table, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, and I gotta fucking scream through the fucking mask. I'm sure there's a kid that's gonna drop it down and talk. Like,
yeah, it's gonna happen.
The gloves don't really mean shit because they can touch something and then touch.
I can see that. I can see now. My kid's gonna come home from school every day and he's gonna have food stains on his mask.
Yeah.
I just know it. He's gonna have a marker, stain pen. I just know it. So was I cool with it at the time when I answered it? Yes. Did I feel that way now?
Let it like seep in. And it's like, no.
When I think about it more and more, do I feel the same way? Hell no. But then I'm like, all right, who's gonna stay at home?
Yeah.
Me, I've been a stay-at-home dad this whole fucking quarantine, and I'll tell you right now, I have gotten closer to my kids than I ever thought I would be, and it's been fucking amazing. I feel like dad of the year every day, even though they piss me off, even though I yell at my oldest every day, multiple times. I couldn't be in a happier place.
Yeah,
like it's the best fucking feeling in the world. Like at this point, I feel like nothing else matters, not even music. Like when I'm with them, that's the feeling I get, and that's what I've always wanted. And now it's just like, I'm so used to it, I don't even want to go back to the real world. Like, if this could be my job, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
But I know shit's got to change. But with the way shit's going in the school system, like, I don't feel comfortable going to work and living my life knowing that he's dealing with that. And it's weird.
Oh, no, yeah, I already told you. I see the appeal of Section 8, man. I do.
It's weird, man. And we can't keep this going.
No wonder there's a long waiting list for that.
Yeah, Jersey's at almost 1.3 million people unemployed.
Yeah, it's fucking scary.
Scary.
It's insane.
Somehow
we were supposed to keep this lighthearted. I just realized. I'm like, damn, an hour in.
I was trying, but hey, yo,
it's reality.
It's tough. It's tough. I feel weird rapping about killing MCs.
Yeah.
I feel weird rapping about it, even though I've released an old track just cause, but it's me just rapping.
Well, you said it was an old track.
Yeah, I did. Just. But,
it's not like you said fuck revolt.
Yeah. I tried to be nice about it, but yeah, that's what happened. So, yeah, that was interesting. So, I'll keep y'all updated on how that goes and how I feel. But if you got kids, definitely look up and check with your school board or your school, or your principal, whoever's sending out the emails.
Yeah, I'm gonna
hit
Q if they're doing that too.
Yeah, find out what the protocol is for your kids because you're gonna have to make a lot of decisions come September.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think. I've seen, like, stories where, like, Q and his kid would, like, be going out for a walk or some shit. And I believe I've seen him with the mask.
Yeah.
But, like, so I know. And I know Q's on top of that shit. Oh, real quick before we get off COVID. So, the gym, and I meant to say this earlier. So, where my bar is, the outside area, it's a huge parking lot. And then there's a gym right there. And it's funny because the owner, he just bought the gym. The gym's been there for forever, but it just got a new owner about a year ago. So he came by the other night, the first time I met him. We're talking and shit. And then, like, we're making jokes. He's like, are you going to be here tomorrow? All right, cool. He's my age. He has to be my age. Yeah, like late 20s, at maybe early 30s. And I was talking to another regular who used to go to that gym. And he was like, do you know anything about that? And I hadn't met the owner at this time. And I'm like, well, maybe, I was like, I don't know, I know some gyms are open, but it has to be like, you know, trainer based and appointments and all that good shit. So maybe that's what they're doing. He's like, it's a lot of people going in there. I was like, oh shit, yeah, it's a lot of cars. Didn't think anything of it. Then yesterday, the owner comes back. We're talking and shit. Then it's like a group of them with the owner of the gym. Like, they're all just drinking and shit. And I'm over here, it's fucking, like, I'm making them drinks. And about their third round, their owner gets up and, like, I'll be back real quick. But, like, in a panic. And then I'm like, okay. And I see him walking to the gym. And I look over, 2 cop cars. Undercover and, like, a regular cop car.
Huh.
And come to find out, he had 77 people in that gym.
Oh, okay, way over.
Way over. Because
50s limit?
No. He was only supposed to do one-on-one. So literally only supposed to be a trainer and one person in there.
Private sessions.
Private sessions, and that is it. And
inside the whole gym?
Inside the whole gym. And when you go to my job, you'll see it's like, I mean, you'll see it from the outside, but it's like a warehouse type. It's like, it's one of those gym rat gyms.
Okay.
Joy, when she first started working at that place like years ago, she met The Rock. Like celebrities, like hardcore gym rats will go there.
Like private gyms.
Yeah, they're kind of like one of the, like they're it's a private owned, so it's not like you're not gonna see bitches just like with makeup and just going there to flirt.
Yeah, so I can see someone like The Rock, like he just happens to be in the area and he's to find a gym and he doesn't want to be bothered by a bunch of people, so he'll find a private one. Gotcha.
So because it's like just actual like gym kind of thing. So and the owner, he's like diesel and shit, and so I like as soon as I met him, I'm like, did you come from the gym? Like joking around with him. He's like, no, I actually own it. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, yeah. So I'm behind the bar working. Joy was like, you know, with the tables and shit. And then she's telling somebody, yeah, that's crazy. He's in the cop car. He's in, you know, the car. He's in the cop car. I mean, I'm like, he got arrested for 7 arrested. Why wouldn't he just get a fine? What the fuck? Then Joy tells me at the end of the shift, she has me thinking like, these cops are assholes. That's so mean. Then she tells me that the one-on-one is only private sessions, how the 77 was way over limit. And not only that, but he was fined like 3 other times. And he paid all of them. I think the second and third, or the last time he went to court and was like, I'm sorry, blah, 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 this and that. I don't know how the fuck he got out of it. But... And
money.
And then this time, he does seem like one of those that has money. And then this time in the cop car, they closed everything down. One of the guys in the group, like they were in the corner all drinking, he's super fucked up. He's yelling at the cop, antagonizing him. Like, are you that fucking bored, blah blah blah. I'm like,
that's all you need right there.
Joy's getting Remy. Joy's getting Remy to fucking kick him out. He was like, no, he's had enough. And then Joy looks at me and I'm like, did I make his margaritas too strong? She was like, no.
That whole conversation with the cop must have been crazy. Sir, there's a 2-person limit in the gym. You went over 75. It's like, damn.
But 77 had to probably include trainers. But they, like, I'm saying, like, just that shit is always packed. Well, like, their side of the parking lot. Yeah. So I'm just like, damn, did they just fucking notice now?
It's crazy.
It's wild.
And now you know, like, gym addiction is real.
Oh yeah, for sure.
People love the gym.
Yeah, I was talking to the regular about. I miss that shit. I've given up on the whole. Like, I try the in-house, I've tried the running around, but there's something about the gym, putting the headphones on.
Maybe there's energy there.
There's people around you, but you just gotta ignore it. Like, I zone in. Like, when we used to go with Juan, like, Juan would lose me. He's like, where the fuck did you go? I'm like, oh, on the other side. Or he would find me and fucking scare me because I'd be zoned in or some shit. I miss that. I,
for the life of me, cannot get myself to do that. But then again, I haven't tried it. What? I think if I go in with headphones and just ignore everybody, I could probably pull it off.
No, I can't. I know. I've gone to the gym, forgot my headphones, gone home, and then gone back.
Yeah I can see that. I'd probably be the guy, like, I wouldn't do it if I didn't have headphones. Mm-mm. But I'm so comfortable at home just doing my shit. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, I've gotten to the point where I'm comfortable with it.
I also get bothered when I do shit here because of the cats.
Oh, see, that's what... All right, see, I get bothered if I'm doing that with my kids around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to wait till he naps, and then in that little hour-and-a-half window, I can get my shit in.
Yeah.
So that's... I make it work.
All right, so let's break real quick, and then we'll get to topics.
And we back.
We back in this
And I mean. Oh, so let's get into. We already talked about our week, so let's get into the shits. What happened in the rest of the world. So last week we were talking and giving our predictions about the BET Awards. First off, neither of us even saw the award show. We were busy doing other shit, but we did hear from a lot of other people that it was pretty good. A lot of cinematic videos were made to make up for the fact that there was going to be no live performances. Meg Thee Stallion, Roddy Ricch, The Baby. There was one other artist. I did not get his name. It was a new person, which was pretty great. I didn't catch the person's
I know
name,
you're talking about
and
that.
I'm missing another performer. But apparently everything was great. Awards were given out. Like I said, we made our predictions, so we're going to go over them right now with what we predicted and with who actually won. And I believe we were right on a couple of them. So let's go on to the
Best
first
female.
category, which would be Best Female R&B/Pop Artist. The category, that was category. The nominees were Beyonce, Her, which was our pick.
Yeah.
Jhené Aiko, Kehlani, Lizzo, and Summer Walker was also another pick. So it was Her and Summer Walker that we chose. And the winner ended up being Lizzo.
Yeah.
Now,
Which we were saying too. We're like, there's no way.
there's no way. But then again,
She
it's
done.
R&B/pop.
Yeah.
So I guess she got that. So
She got the pop.
he was off there.
I was really holding out for Summer.
Yeah.
I really thought it was gonna be Summer.
Yeah. Best Male R&B/Pop Artist. Nominees were Anderson .Paak, which we hoped would win.
Yeah.
Chris Brown, Jacquees, Khalid, The Weeknd, which was our pick, and Usher. The actual winner was Chris Brown.
That I could see, I guess, yeah.
I guess we could see that. I really thought The Weeknd would have taken that shit, but I guess his
Yeah.
album didn't hit hard enough or whatever. All right, moving on. Best Group nominees were Chloe Halle, City Girls, which we put down that we could see them winning, Earth Gang. Our pick was Griselda, Jack Boys, and then the actual winner was Migos.
And we said that was not
Made
not
no
possible.
fucking sense. It
was
made
not
no
possible
sense
at all. Yeah.
to give these guys the win, but they won it either way. But Griselda got robbed.
Yeah, they
They
really
got
did.
robbed. Come on, man. Out of that whole group, I could see maybe Chloe Halle winning it.
Yeah.
Maybe they get the most critical acclaim. City Girls, for me,
yeah.
I didn't see it only because, that song that they had was great, but one of the members was in jail for pretty much half the whole fucking year.
Yeah, but the other one was she was pulling the weight.
Just put in that work, yeah,
She
but
was
it's like,
pulling
how
the
can
weight.
you be a group if your group ain't together?
Yeah, but even like the live performances, which a lot of people were like weird about, she did it, and it actually.
And it worked out.
It
So I
did
didn't see
work
that.
out, yeah.
But then again, just what I said, how can you be a group? How can you win a group and you're not together? Migos, there was no album.
I feel like there might have been a Culture that came out last year.
If that was the case, I feel like it didn't make enough noise.
Like
Not
Culture-
as much as
I think Culture
Griselda.
2. No, not at all.
Culture 3.
Oh, Culture 3, I think came out last year. Was it last year?
But
I
that
think
shit-
so. Culture 3 was like quiet, super quiet for that one.
That's what I'm saying. Now you're gonna have me looking up this shit. So now I'm gonna look up Migos. Now
Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
I'll
look
keep
up Culture
going.
3.
Yeah.
So Culture 3.
You finding it?
Hold up. When Culture 3? Hold up. Where's Culture 3?
No, I think it's 2. 3, I think is slated for this year.
Okay, so Culture 2, according to my Apple Music app, came out in 2018.
Oh. Then what did they do in the last? I don't.
So
what?
that song had Walk It, Talk It with Drake,
Yeah.
Stir Fry,
Yeah.
Motorsport,
That was a clout one then.
and that was a 24-song album, hour and 45 minutes.
That was a clout one. It wasn't bad.
2018. So the
But it
only
was
thing
a
I'm
clout
seeing that
one.
was released new was a single released late May, Need It, featuring NBA Youngboy.
That was a clout win.
So
Like
yeah,
City Girls would have been a clout win. Lizzo is slightly. It's on the cusp.
Griselda
of-
should have gotten that best
yeah.
group. So weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Best
collab.
collaboration.
Just yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So you want me to just go over the winners?
Yeah,
Say the
just
win-
go with the winners.
All right. So
okay.
collaboration. The winner was Chris Brown and Drake for No Guidance.
And our pick was Life Is Good.
Our pick
And
was
then we
Life Is
could
Good.
see because
We could
you
see Hot
mentioned
Girl
the Def
Summer.
card was higher, and then Hot Girl Summer because
Word.
clout. Yeah.
Best female hip hop artist. We called this one. This was easy. Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh, for
Move
sure.
on. Best male hip hop artist. Dab
The Baby.
The Baby, which
The
was
Baby.
Sade's pick. I picked Little Baby, so we thought one of the babies was gonna win.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Video of the year ended up being
Higher.
the Death Card.
Was the Death Card higher?
So, yeah. Which was, I thought they wouldn't get video of the year. I thought they would have gotten collaboration.
Yeah,
but-
because you had said, you were like, he's going to get one of them.
One of them, yeah.
One of them.
One of them.
Which I would say, I would have probably picked Best Collab over the video.
Right.
Because that, and then Video of the Year could have still gone to No Guidance.
I agree. Maybe it's the fact that it was the last video we saw Nipsey in.
Yeah.
That could have been the thing.
That could have been it. Yeah.
Best new artist, we picked this one too. Roddy Ricch. That was pretty obvious.
Yeah, that was easy.
I mean, the only one that probably could have gotten it, and the Death Card, Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
Album of the year. This was a surprise. Actually, no, it wasn't a surprise. Actually, Roddy Ricch.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise.
Wasn't a surprise.
Yeah,
and that actually was our pick.
Yeah, because I know you were between her and Rowdy. I was between Meg and him, and then he ended up being it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was perfect.
So those were the BET Awards, the main ones as well. The other ones that were mentioned, Tiana Taylor won Best Director.
Nice. I saw the movie, shit, and I haven't seen it yet. I like the soundtrack, though. Shit. The one, the Bonnie and Clyde kind of one.
Queen and Slim?
Queen and Slim.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe they won, too.
Yeah. And then there were other categories that people don't really care about because they don't really make any sense, but they're BET Awards.
I feel like those are the ones that they do like during commercials, right?
Best female sports athlete.
Yeah.
Like Simone Biles.
People do kind of care.
Which Simone Biles hasn't been, I hate, excuse me for even saying this.
What?
Because she's the fucking national hero, national treasure. I feel like she ain't been relevant since the Olympics.
No.
Like,
I guess maybe they're doing like
gymnasts,
2 years.
Gymnasts have world championships every other year, but no one ever watches those unless it's like a random Saturday afternoon on ESPN when you're bored as shit and there's nothing else to do because it's raining outside. And they have like the national championships of gymnastics. Other than that, you don't see these people until every 4 years when the Olympics come up and there's like a national darling like Simone Biles. Yeah. And she pretty much captivated everybody in the country with the shit she was doing. I get that. But it's like, all right, after a while, it's like, all right, there's way more black athletes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when it was like every year was either Serena or Venus.
Yeah. And then, but didn't we just have something went out for LeBron and Serena?
Like BET Award?
No, not a BET Award, but just like Athlete of the Year or some shit like that.
I mean, that could have been from a different category. It could have been ESPN.
I feel like it was.
And that shit
but it was like
always
an actual athlete thing. It wasn't BET.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like the ESPY Awards or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And them shits is always. But BET Awards, like, it's always been like those athletes. It's either LeBron, Tiger Woods, Venus or Serena. And then if it's like a year where the Olympics are there and like, Simone Biles ended up with mad gold medals, give her the award. Like, those categories are like whatever to me.
Yeah.
So that was the BET Awards. Apparently it was a good show. If you haven't checked it out, I'm sure you can find it on demand. You can see all the performances on YouTube. Very, very great performances. I did see a clip of DaBaby's performance where he was rapping his rock star verse and he had a knee on his neck. He was recreating the George Floyd scene.
That was dope. I only seen his and Meg, and I feel like there was somebody else I seen too. I just don't remember. That was amazing. Yeah. That was amazing.
I killed that, man. So shout out to everybody there. Shout out to BT for putting on a great fucking show. Shout out to Amanda Seals for being a great host. And yeah, man, no, that was fucking dope. Now, on to that, moving on from that, excuse me. The other big news in the hip-hop world was the most recent versus battle brought to us by Timbaland and Swizz Beatz. Swizz Beatz was in hot water last week for calling Drake a pussy and calling him a kid.
Yeah.
So, how do you recover from that? By bringing two of the biggest rappers from the New York on one stage and making a versus battle. I think at one point it was like at 200,000. It should have been so much more.
I forgot to write down the number, but yeah, it was
man, it was a hell of a battle. I mean, we expected greatness. I expected them to be in the same fucking room. I think going back to our episode from last week, we predicted Jada was gonna win.
Yeah, we did.
Because we said Jada had Hey, nice. One more time.
That's my favorite. Yo,
that's the more playful one. That's not the one where he's just like
No, but I couldn't fucking find it.
Okay, that one's better though. Play it again.
Oh no, I did find it, but I'm like, I was torn. This one, I'm using for anything. I want this to be like designated because
Right.
I want to use it.
That's
more.
gonna be our laugh track. Yeah, I like that. Keep that one. I fuck with that. So yeah, I said Jada was gonna win only on the fact that he just has a bigger resume.
Yeah.
He's been involved in pretty much the past 30 years, 3 decades of music, of hip hop.
Yeah.
90s, 2000s, 2010s. Like, he's been with Rough Riders. He's been around Biggie.
Yeah.
He was in the Bad Boy era, the Locks, D Block, his
D-Block.
solo work. And then, oh my God. All right, let's just get right into the fucking battle. So,
Yeah. Let's do
I think
it.
one cool thing that was mentioned, it was mentioned on the Joe Budden podcast, they were dressed like each other.
Yeah.
Fabolous is usually the colorful guy. Jadakiss, you can see wearing more black, and looks like
That's
Fab
how you
was
know
wearing Jada's
they're
outfit.
brothers. Yeah,
It
I
was
love
it
that
was
shit.
crazy, and
But it was funny because somebody had said, was talking about, get Fab the fuck out of here, his parachute pants or some shit. And then somebody else, and this is not even, there's not a verified person, just random, goes, shit, what was it? Oh, I don't have it on here. Oh, no. I don't have an exact quote, but it was like that Jada looked like a snack with that yellow. Like, come on, that shit. But everybody was loving that shit. Everybody was loving that. It was funny.
It was a great fucking time. And it was brought to us by Ciroc. So them dudes was drinking the whole time. Drunk Jada is
Off that
amazing
Douce.
and a hell of a fucking entertainer.
Bruh.
Everything he was saying, he was interrupting Fab before a song would come on talking about like, yo, when this song come on, I'm gonna be married. When I get married, I'm gonna get married to this song. I'm not married, but I'm gonna have this song.
Let me just say something real quick.
Yeah, exactly. He kept coming in. It wasn't even his turn. He just stood up. Like, yo, let me say something real quick.
And then fucking Booth, but it was the whole Ashanti and homegirl Tamia, that whole thing. So Fab should have never fucking said anything. He should have let Booth. So
he told the whole story about the So Into You record.
Yeah. So Jada keeps going on, my wedding song, whatever, And then fucking, I'm overusing it. I love that shit. And then he cuts and he's like, yeah, just, and then he goes to sit back down. Booth plays it. And then Fab's like, no. Like, I really wanted to say something kind of thing.
I really wanted to say something.
And he should have never said anything. Then Tamia fucking puts up, I'll put it in the video, that whole thing, like, no throat surgeries, blah, blah, blah.
No,
fucking
and
horrible.
I will say Jada's a fucking awesome drunk.
Oh, he's amazing drunk.
Oh shit! Not speaking of drunk, it might look like I'm drunk right now, but my mic stand is drunk.
Oh my god! Wait, hold on. All right, we got a break real
We
quick.
got the break for this motherfucker. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that. My shit was acting up. Yeah, drunk Jada is fucking amazing, man. I mean, there was one point where it was very early in the battle, and it had me dying. So Jada starts right off with we had the list. What was the first song he played? He went right into the mixtape shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
see, I missed it. I missed the first 20 minutes. So by the time I got in, I heard the end of Blackout. So I had no idea what round it was. And I'm thinking, like, fuck. So I thought I missed the whole round because people in the comments were making it seem that Fab started the shit. So that's what fucked me up. So my scoring, I had to, like, fix a couple things. But, yeah.
Yeah, so there was one point, I think by the fourth song, because Jada had By Your Side, and Fab was like, all right, I'm about to play Trade It All. So this is where he stopped going into his mixtape stuff, because he played You Ain't Got Nothing, 6 Minutes of Death, started up, went to Trade It All, and Jada was like, oh, you pulling the shotgun out that early?
Oh, damn,
He's like, oh, damn. Like, it was little shit like that.
Yeah.
To where when the Made You Look remix came up, Jada said, I wrote this verse when I was in the bathroom with my shirt off. And then turn the song right on, and then play. Yo,
just play it.
Just the showmanship. The MC in Jada was just
because he was
on 100 that night.
Yeah, he was so. I think Fab. They definitely pre-gamed for this shit. First off, we already know that, but now we know that Fab is a drunk. That he's super quiet.
But you noticed that from him anyway. He's always been the chill.
He's always been like super chill.
Never see him like lash out at anybody.
Yeah, you're right. But he's not a fun drunk. I'm sure maybe he is when he's comfortable, but not
He's a smooth drunk.
Yeah, he's
like,
super smooth.
He don't want to look bad on camera at all.
No, that's probably why he kept going off camera.
Yeah, and you thought the camera wasn't gonna catch that. The memes came out, bro. The memes are out.
Mind you, because on Instagram I didn't see that, but when I seen the memes, I'm like, oh, that was the Apple Music shit.
It could have been, Apple TV.
The Apple
I believe,
TV?
that's where
Yeah.
people are getting it. Because you could see there was a widescreen view. On the IG Live, you wouldn't see it. But the Apple TV had
Caught
the
it?
widescreen. So
Oh,
if he went off
man.
to the side, you just saw him, like, with his head down texting.
Yeah.
Like, because there was a point where, like, you just knew Jada was like, okay, he's dominating right now. Fab is looking at his DJ Booth, who was already getting shitted on the whole night by people.
Yeah.
For different reasons. But they were scrambling trying to figure out what song to play next. Like, they had no game plan.
Yeah.
Jada kept saying, like, yo, I came prepared. I studied. People sent me, different playlists of their own, And it's like, at the end of the day, Jada didn't even fucking play his biggest single.
No, he didn't.
He didn't play Why.
No.
He didn't have to. But the surprise for me was when he brought out Victory.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about he wrote Puffy's verse. I'm like, oh, shit, that's right, you did.
Yeah, we
And
got
that is
one.
legal
And
in
you
a versus battle.
Really?
Anything, when the songwriters are doing their shit, they're whatever, like Neo
right,
or
you're
whatever,
right.
he's
Yeah.
pulling out Irreplaceable for Beyonce. That's all fair game.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
So,
you're right, yeah.
hey, if I'm Jada and I'm going against a battle, like, let's say whoever, whether it's Fab, whether it's Drake, whether it's 50, hell yeah, I'm pulling out Victory.
Yeah, and then Fab.
Hell
fuck,
yeah.
What track was that? I can't. Damn, I don't feel like looking through all these. Fab goes, "What? That a feature?" And then Jada fucking flew up from his little chair on that yellow little outfit. Goes, "That was not a feature. Ask Diddy. Ask the receptionist."
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's-
Oh no, Diddy will tell you that the receptionist will tell you that was a Lock song. I just don't remember which one it was right now.
it was the song that had
fuck.
no, I'll find it.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
But that was just amazing.
Could
It
be
was
Blood
dope
Pressure,
as fuck.
but it
I
was
saw-
it was a
I'm
track
thinking
that
it's
was
Blood
on
Pressure, but I'm not
Black
sure.
Rob's album.
Yeah.
That it was a track that was on Black Rob's album, but it was originally was a Locks song. It's just that Diddy saw it and he's like, yo, we got to give this to Rob for his album.
Yeah.
But it was originally a Locks song, so
Yeah.
that's
No,
what he was
but,
saying.
like,
He was arguing with them.
By the second half, I had 8 and 2 Kiss.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go round by round
Mm-hmm.
like that, but at the end, I pretty much Jada definitely won more than 13.
Oh
he
yeah.
had more than 13 of
It's
them.
for
shits.
me. It's easier to just count Fab
Yeah.
once. I have only Fab winning 6 rounds. One of those rounds
That
was a tie.
That was disrespectful the way you just said that. It's easier if I just count Fab's wins.
Oh. My bad. Well,
Yo.
no, because that was a shit. Because when he went to Booth and he's like, just play whatever you want or whatever like that, right?
Yeah.
And Jada's like, whoa, like I did my homework, and then Fab's like, no, I did too. Like I worked on it. No, you did not. No, you did not.
Yeah. No,
And maybe because like there's a new baby at home. Maybe it's something like that, which I highly doubt because he's not a regular person.
Nah, he had time, and we in quarantine. He's not performing anywhere.
Yeah.
He probably he's not making any new songs.
Yeah.
The dude had time.
Yeah.
Dude had time, and he just didn't prepare.
No, he didn't. Because you saw Jada kind of the way he reacted. I mean, he was also drunk. The way he reacted, he was just like, well, damn, like, did I just waste my time?
The dude was smiling. He was cracking jokes the whole time. He was acting as
because
if
everything
I knew
was
I won
planned.
this already.
Yeah.
He knew he won this already. But it's
Yeah.
like when you got Fab coming at you, like round 14, Fab's starting. So he throws.
Oh, throw it in
he
the
does
bag.
throw it in the bag remix. What's Jada gonna come with? Because you think that's a signal. It's a single right there, radio single for the ladies. That's an easy win for Fab, right? No, Jada comes in, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
When that beat hit, you can't
Honestly,
deny it.
I thought why. I really thought for throw it in the bag. I thought why would come out.
Hell yeah.
That was the moment. I'm like, okay, because by 10, I figured, all right, if he didn't start with why, because I didn't know how many rounds I had missed. I'm like, if he didn't start with why, then maybe he'll do in the second round because your big hits you want to do in the second round, and that's when and he didn't play it.
Yeah, and
They
one of Jada's more underrated. One of the more underrated things about this win
Yeah.
that wasn't talked about was how great his feature verses are, because a lot of
Oh,
them
yeah.
are his feature verses. From Run Remix
Yeah.
on Ghostface Killer to Made You Look. Like, we all know, when Kiss was on that song,
Made You
we
Look
know
was a
whose
good
song
one.
it was, but we also remember, Kiss had a fucking crazy verse on there. And because it's a versus battle, that's all you had to play.
Kiss did a really good run. He had a great run with remixes.
And features. And just straight
and
features.
the features. Like
So it's like
well, yeah, those two tied together, he had a fucking dope ass run.
hell yeah, man. Like,
I
come
love
on.
Jada.
Like, Can't Let You Go versus Ride or Die.
Love that
Make Me
shit.
Better versus Back to Life. You Be Killing Them. I thought Fab had that You Be Killing Them.
Yeah.
And then he puts out All About the Benjamins. I'm like, oh, shit.
So
bro.
yeah, no. So 14 is when I put Kiss, but almost Fab.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you almost had it. And then what was the other one? Let me see. 18, Can't Let You Go or Ride or Die.
That was tough.
That was a tough one.
one.
Because that was my only tie. Because I seen like they were giving out mad ties in the comments. I was like, nah.
I thought Uptown Vibes. I never liked that song to begin with. Uptown Vibes, Fab played that, and then
Yeah,
Jada comes in with Mighty Mighty D Block, and I was just brought back to high school. I'm like, oh no, man.
That was
you
my
can't-
shit.
You can't compete.
That was like the height of my like obsession. That's why you mentioned Jada. Because I'm
yeah.
like, D Block.
And this just like it really did expose Fab because it was like, yo, as much as you want to say they're like-minded, they really are two different artists.
No, they are.
They
They
really
complement each other, and that's why like they do good together when they do their shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
And Jada didn't even have to go into the R&B bag.
No,
he didn't have to bring out like
He didn't even bring out
KISS Me with
Yeah,
Mariah.
which I thought he was. As soon as what track was it that when he pulled out? I forgot which one it was. When Fab pulled out his first girl track, I thought the Mariah shit was gonna come
Oh, that
out.
would have been round 4.
Yeah,
that
round-
when he
By-
Trade It All.
Trade It All.
But then he brought out By Your Side. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, Fab started with the mixtape shit, just straight spitting. And then
Yeah.
by round 4, for
No,
some reason.
No, my bad. It wasn't the beginning. It wasn't the first one. Can't Let You Go. No, let me see. No, So Into You. So Into You I thought would be the Mariah joint.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because that's, ow, shit. I just like popped my shoulder. Because I figured that's what, I'm like, okay. Because that was a huge fucking song.
When did So Into You? Oh, that was 19.
Oh, no, it's at the end.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I figured, I'm like, is like Fab, he's been playing them, but Jada hasn't really come out with it yet. Maybe he'll do it at the end. Or the Mariah shit.
So it was-
He played the Mariah shit.
It was tough, man. It was tough. I feel like Fab was like playing defense the whole time.
No, he was.
Even when he was going first, he still had to
Yeah.
play defense because he knew he was losing that battle.
That's what was so confusing to me because I had a feeling. I was like, all right, I feel like maybe I'm in the first round, and it turns out I came in to the first round, but it was Fab's turn. Like I heard the tail end of Blackout, but I'm like, I don't fucking know what's going on. And then the comments made it seem that Fab started it, but then he was playing defense.
Yeah.
He had nothing done. And then when Booth started playing after the fact, the entire time I'm like, oh, he should have played that. There was no
No communication.
the Little Mo.
Oh, Superwoman.
No Superwoman.
No Superwoman.
Or
Lot
the
of stuff.
other joint that they're on together. There was like you could have played.
Fab missed a lot of shit that he could have played that probably could have won him some rounds.
Because that's his major bag is the girl bag.
But we've always known that, and we figured, and we knew coming into this battle, like, yo, he's gonna rely on those.
That's probably why he didn't want to do it. Maybe that's why. But I feel like Jada still could have given. Jada has more girl tracks that he didn't play that he still could have, wouldn't have.
So it's crazy, yeah, because we thought that Jada was gonna have to compete with that, and he would have thrown his R&B tracks in there, and this would be just a hip hop R&B battle. But Jada kept it straight to the essence, kept it that grimy New York shit. Fab didn't, and Fab was exposed. I think that's what it came down to.
Yeah, I mean, I've always known I like Fab, I do, but I'm a fan, but at the same time, he's not top tier to me.
Yeah, I've always been a Jada head. Always.
Yeah.
More
And
than
not
Fab.
even like comparing them to. To me, like you can't compare them to.
Yeah, they're different.
It was still a dope versus because New York heads, they're also like fucking brothers, like you know. But I get the versus battle, but they're not. You can't compare them at all.
I can't compare.
Okay.
And not to sound cliche, but the culture won.
The culture won.
The culture won. It was a great fucking battle, man. I don't know how you top that.
Oh,
I really
shit.
don't know how you top that battle.
No, that I don't know where you're gonna come
We
after that one.
now, and I said before, I thought we had gotten everything, every possible scenario for this type of battle. You had legends in the R&B world, legends in the hip hop world. You had your South battle. You had your all female battle. You had your guy versus girl battle.
Yeah.
And now you had your official bar spitters battle.
Yeah.
What the hell is next?
Who knows? Who was it that somebody just
I think I heard DMX and Snoop.
Nah.
I heard Juicy J said he wanted to battle Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I don't see
he said
that
no cappuccino in his text.
No.
I'm like, nah, bro. You gotta. I mean,
Not
3 6
even-
Mafia, they're legends, but Dre's on a whole nother level.
No.
I mean, there's not many people that could take Dre.
No, not at
You
all.
got to be on Diddy level.
Exactly. Honestly, that's been like unanimous. If Dre's gonna do a versus,
It's got to be Diddy.
It's
got to be.
Jinx.
I can't see anybody else. Only other thing I could see now would be female rappers.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have to see Missy Elliott in a battle against whoever the new Missy Elliott is.
I don't know.
I could see that. I could see an old school versus new school battle. We haven't had that yet. Old school versus new school.
People have mentioned that. I don't know how that would work, because you're just gonna have a lot of the old heads going for the old school, and then a lot of the new heads going for the new school.
Very true. Yeah, so that could be a big clash.
It's gonna be a whole bunch of scores all over the place, unless you do I don't want to say old head, but if you do something that's old, somebody that's old school, who kind of transitions into new school, who can kind of cover that.
Only person I can see there is Jay.
Yeah, and he won't do it.
Jay, Snoop, basically people that have
Snoop,
survived
no,
over
I
10
don't.
years in the industry.
I can see Snoop, but at the same time, I don't see that.
And then I saw a meme which I agree with. It was like, who the hell would battle Drake?
No, nobody.
There's no way.
No.
20 records? Can you even pick 20 out of Drake's catalog?
20?
I can't.
You can't?
20? Like, 20? Like, and that's including everything. Like, even his features.
Oh,
Because he's had some dope features where it's just been an R&B song and he drops a 16. That shit is fucking crazy.
Oh, no. I mean, wait, can I pick 20? Yeah, I can pick 20.
All right, and yeah, you could, but it's like the best 20 is tough. And it's not even number ones. He's got a lot of sleeper tracks that are just
Oh, you mean in that
amazing.
sense? I thought you were trying to be like, oh, Drake don't have the 20.
Oh, no, he's got 20.
Oh, I'm like...
But it's like, how could you like...
Yeah, I can do more than
But
20.
having to pick is just too hard.
Yeah, no. But I feel like Drake is a little like, not fucked up in the head. A little narcissistic probably, for sure. He's probably already set up like a versus, like he's probably already done his shit.
Oh, he's ready.
He's ready.
He's waiting for somebody to challenge.
Yeah, no, he's waiting.
I would love to see that.
E40 alone. I mean, what was I gonna say?
Well, you know what? There's one person I see that could take him besides Jay.
Who?
Kanye.
Take who? Drake?
In a 20-song battle?
If he leaves out the upcoming and last project, probably, and he's just.
Well, he's got 20. So it doesn't matter what era.
Oh no, Kanye. Yeah, if Kanye just does the old
Even
Kanye,
features.
he would do that too.
Even features? Even if it's just records that he produced on that were other people's?
Yeah,
Because that counts too.
yeah, I could see
I
that.
feel like that could be a good enough matchup for him, for Drake. I feel
And
like
there's
Drake would
enough
welcome that.
there's enough pent up bullshit.
Oh, man. The comment section and them together looking at each other the whole time. Oh, my God.
But they also kind of double down a lot
And they wouldn't be in the same room. They would have to do it, like,
separately.
They would have to. But the shade thrown in there, would be amazing.
Even though they kind of live in the same area, even though like Kanye, like they travel back and forth from
man.
Wyoming.
I mean, yeah, that's not going to happen. But, man, if it did.
No, that'd be really good though.
Shit,
But it would be too much. That's like, I think we would get a 50 in job before Kanye and Drake.
That's wild just to think about that.
Just saying.
Shit.
They
Fucking-
definitely can't be, because Ja would just stab him again, like most likely.
Stab
like,
him again.
can't do it. All right, let's moving on.
All right, so moving
one
on.
last one. Okay, I'm probably gonna do it again later. What do you want to do next?
All right, man. So staying in the hip hop world, so out of nowhere, this beef just fabricated out of nowhere with one of our favorite rappers and one of our not favorite bloggers. You kind of know the blogger, Akademiks. You went to school
Let me see how much the shit you talk about it,
drunk.
because I'm always about it.
He's literally
I've been
like
waiting.
all up in it, and
I've
then
been waiting.
backs up.
I can't fuck with no nigga like a Drake
He's
and all like
rolling
that.
his eyes. You fucking like who? What grown ass man rolls their eyes at a computer screen?
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
And you're the camera, and you're like mad close to it, and you're oh my god, it's like
He's got way too into shit. I've never seen his Twitch stream. I know that he has a big fan base. I know that he makes good money doing what he does. I salute the guy for that. But a lot of the shit that he does just comes off very weird.
So looking for clips, because I'm taking them right off YouTube.
Well, let's get some context here. Let's let the people know.
Oh yeah. So
So-
yeah.
Akademiks. He is.
I don't know exactly where the fuck it started.
I think it was on Everyday Struggle, and it was he was brought up between Jeezy and Freddie Gibbs and the topic of relevancy. And if you know Freddie Gibbs, you know that he doesn't really get along with Jeezy. So I think it's out of battery. It's low. So they don't get along very well. I forget where the beef starts, but you can hear, even in the most recent album, you can hear Freddie going at Jeezy. Yeah. And even on Bandana as well. So there's beef there. So whatever happened, Ak was debating Freddie Gibbs' relevance with the fact that, you know, coinciding with his record sales. Like, bro, you're not top tier. You're nowhere. Like, get the fuck out of here. So Freddie Gibbs caught wind of that and just went on a tirade, went at him on social media. The memes talking about, when I see you, I'm going to twist your titties. Yeah. You know, I'm shit. I'm gonna pitch your nipples, like just memes of them, making them look like a little Teletubby and shit.
I have them somewhere. I just gotta find them.
They were fucking hilarious. And then Ak, of course, being Ak, goes back at Freddie saying that you ain't shit, bitch. I got a bigger house than you. You know, you're not even on my level. I love flexing on you.
Ak goes, relax yourself, kid.
Kid.
Okay. Relax yourself, kid. You underground. Don't try to ever play me. If you really want to try me. Try me. Okay. All right, me. A blogger, let's go. Because Freddie did that, like, I'll give a bad bitch $5K if they admit to sleeping with
That was funny.
And then he's like, I love you for the mere fact you love talking shit like I do, but you trying to talk crazy to Jeezy, who's a legend. Show me what you made in the last 3 years as a rapper. I'm a blogger. I'll compare. So in that video that I was playing, right, like part of the Twitch shit, he goes on, like I stopped it. I'm not, like I can play a little bit more. I like skipped ahead. He starts talking about, I want to see tax returns from blah, 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 blah. Like I want to see, and let's compare. I'll expose myself just to like fuck with you, and that I'm willing to do that. And as he's doing that on the Twitch, like, cause he has the screen up, I'll have it in the recording. Well, whatever. You see somebody donated $5, and then you see like a little meme, and it's actually I'm about to play right now. Let me see. And you just see
now I gotta violate you.
Like,
I violate
it's a GIF.
I violate you easily, and you can't do nothing about it because
like,
in reality you ain't got no proof to back it up. I violate you right now. Look. Bitch, you built like a Teletubby. Look, he just tweeted 7 minutes ago. I'm not responding to you again, Freddie Gibbs.
But isn't this a response?
Yeah, that is solely a response. I was about to say that.
He 2 minutes, because now he's going through. So now he's going through the comments. I mean the tweets, and so Freddie retweeted some shit. Was like, I forgot what it was. This fucking paragraph that Ak tweeted, and he's like, "Bitch, you built like a Teletubby." Yeah, like
that's hilarious, man.
It's child shit.
And like, if you guys remember, Ak is not the most gangster person in the world.
No, he's not at all.
He's one of those indoor kids.
He's a fucking weirdo. I'll tell you that
he's
from
a weirdo,
my experience.
I will say, a lot of people that we know have also known him or went to school with him and seen him around the way. What I will say though is, for the type of person he is, he's definitely made a way of capitalizing off of it. You know, because if you are going to be an indoor kid, you might as well make the most of it. And he set up his own Twitch stream. He's built up his fan base, and he has fans, and they donate, and he makes money. So, I mean, what more could you ask for someone who lives like that? You know, that's fucking good for him and shit. And now you're messing with the street types, and you're talking all that mess, and you feel safe because we're all indoors now. But sooner or later, shit's going to open up, and you might run into him. Yeah. And then we'll see what happens there.
Yeah. And then it's like, why even bother? Maybe I won't play it. There's this whole thing with Nipsey. He, in an interview, he was talking about Ak. But there's several people that have talked about Ak, so I'm not going to.
We already know. But God bless the dead.
And then he goes at fucking Crazy Teigen and John Legend, saying like, control your bitch, and it's so much. He's like, she's always sneak dissing me. I don't play that. I don't care if you John Legend's bitch or any other bitch. How about you take that fucking big ass mouth of yours and blah blah. Yeah. Right
now, because of that, which he most likely said when he was drunk, news came out
Shortly afterwards, from Complex, and I'll read the tweet. Complex has suspended Akademiks for his comments towards Chrissy Teigen. He will be apologizing to her on the next EDS episode, which is Everyday Struggle. Twitch had banned Akademiks for promoting careless behavior, excessive drinking, and ranting like a child.
Send that to me.
He will appeal.
Yep, send that to me.
That was from Freddie Gibbs, and he started that message with a meme of him. It was somebody that was at a funeral home, and he posted his face on top with a picture of him smiling. And he said the caption was, "Just left the service for Akademiks, rest in peace." And then the following slide was that from Complex. so
it was funny because before Complex, I think before they made that statement, because I didn't see that statement, somebody else who's part of shit. That's funny.
You gotta post that.
Yeah, send that to me. So what is it called? Before I seen that, it was somebody who's part of like Joe Budden's camp had put out that like that Complex suspended him for harsh comments, and then the whole Twitch shit.
Yeah.
And two dope boys had retweeted him with the gif of Joe Budden on Everyday Struggle, just like okay. Okay.
Yeah. And
I can't wait to hear what the fuck he has
I'm gonna listen to that apology.
And Charlemagne. Oh, well, I have a video. I can't wait to hear what Joe and Charlemagne have to say, because that's Charlemagne's boy, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. And Joe's boy.
There is a video, but I don't know if this. Let me just see real quick.
And someone who.
Oh yeah, this is him talking about it, apologizing.
My point, and I'm opinionated. I do think as I believe even Wayno brought it up before. And I think even Deska doubled down on it.
And he is definitely sober in this one.
I definitely want to, start off by kind of like apologizing for some of the stuff that, has been going on outside of the show. And
for some of the stuff that's going on outside the show.
While I'm defending myself versus rapper A, rapper B, all these other people, I think I definitely went over the line.
Went over the line. Okay. And now
so do we cancel Akademiks now?
And this I believe this is not on Everyday Struggle. No, it's not on Everyday Struggle. So he's gonna have to actually.
He's gonna have to apologize on Everyday Struggle. At least that's what Complex said. At least.
Yeah, and in this video, like he kind of throws shots at like his co-host and the mediator. Nadeska. Yeah, he says something about like her doubling down and shit, some shit like that.
See, yeah, that's usually how it gets. He's just trying to fucking drag other people down with him.
Yeah.
Like, fuck out of here, bro. You said what you said.
Exactly.
Deal with it. Apologize and move on. Be lucky that you still got a platform and you haven't been canceled.
Yeah.
Like everybody else has been doing.
I wonder. I don't think he won't lose his job though. I don't see that happening.
Oof.
What? The beer?
When you burp, but then almost feels like you throw up, then you kind of feel like throw up, then you throw up.
Acid reflux.
Yeah, that's what it. Excuse me. Get some water in me. All that talk about Akademiks got me sick.
Oh no, yeah. It's fucking. He was a weirdo in college. He's a weirdo fucking now.
That's crazy that you knew him back then.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember telling somebody that, and you're like, "Oh, that's a connection." I am not using that fucking connection.
Nah.
I met him a couple times. I actually talked to him a couple times. He probably don't remember me. I didn't even recognize him until we were friends on Facebook. It was Livingston campus when he used to do, DJ for the parties and shit. And fucking
when he was an actual DJ.
Yeah, when he was an actual DJ. Was he? I think he was DJ. Yeah, he's DJing. And I didn't, when I seen him on Everyday Struggle, because I only watched it because Joe was on, I'm like, this fucking guy looks mad familiar. And I was talking to somebody about it. They're like, well, no, he's a blogger. I'm like, but I don't look at blogs on YouTube. I'm more of words and shit. I was like, I don't know who that is. Whatever. And then Facebook, I see him pop up, and I was like, how am I following him? And then I saw he went to Rutgers, and he mentioned on the show, and then that's when everything came together. I was like, oh,
that's crazy.
And then I seen him at the studio last year, and when he walked into the room, mind you, he walked in the middle of a fucking session, in the middle, thankfully the girls weren't in the booth, so we were just all we were listening and picking that part apart, but. No, it was trash.
It was trash?
Yeah, it was trash.
He walked in thinking everybody was going to know who he was and stop what they're doing and dap him up and try to get his information.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah, so much for that, buddy. Again, mad props to him for figuring out how to make money and living his lifestyle. He gets to be home at his parents' basement, getting drunk and just talking shit to other people on their computers. Yeah. Great for you, man. Great for you. But you mess with this hip-hop culture and you mess with a real one. who don't live that same life that you do. You know, you got to be ready for the consequences of your actions.
Damn right.
It's just like that. It's just like that, man. So, hey, we'll see what happens with Act. We'll keep y'all updated. I personally don't care for the guy, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Shout out to Freddie Gibbs, though.
So I was going to say, next on our doc is
the
triangle. But I was kind of thinking about that when we were talking about it outside.
Mm-hmm.
We can save that for next episode.
Okay.
Because, you know, Jada is bringing Jada to the red table.
All right, so what we're talking about is this little love triangle between Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, and August Alsina. Apparently, the rumor is, if you guys have been fans of Will and Jada's, they have had sort of an open relationship for the past couple years. Let me not say past couple years, more than, let's say, a decade. They've had rumored to be an open relationship. August Alsina supposedly have been messing around with Jada, got Will's blessing because they're in an open relationship. August Alsina recently came out in an interview, stated that he was messing around with Jada. Of course, Jada denied it. August also said he had Will's blessing. Will denied that. You would think that maybe somewhere down the line when they were messing around and an NDA was signed, if you were to speak up, we're going to deny this to the heavens, to the hell. We're going to take it to the grave with us. You know, we would never allow this. If that's the case, we'll see. If not, whatever. Jada has now said that she's going to go on her red table talk because she's got some healing to do. She's going to talk about all this shit going on. So we were going to talk about it now, but we're going to wait for that red table and get all our facts together, and then we'll talk.
Deep dive, and then maybe even draw some connections to the other triangle.
Yeah, because, as you all know from past episodes, Sade knows of someone who's in a somewhat similar situation.
Yeah.
We've heard the stories. I've heard a lot of other stories behind the scenes.
And even because in public it's deny. But
absolutely. You got to deny something like that.
We're going to, But I mean, if you're open, you're open.
But if you're open, yes, but
if one leg doesn't want to be open, then the other two legs in the triangle have to deal with it.
And then you got a wobbly ass triangle.
Exactly.
That won't work anywhere.
It's just open. It's like, what are you gonna do with that?
You ever seen a tripod work with just two legs? Don't happen.
Not at all.
I
actually,
I probably could happen.
It could. I'm looking at
if you angle it, if you angle it right, the literal tripod we're using right now is on two legs.
Oh shit! It is.
It really is.
The third one's just chilling.
It's just chilling. It's
wow. Will is just chilling.
I made a bad analogy just now.
It's fine. We're gonna
that was terrible. We'll keep going with it.
So
we'll wait for that.
The triangle shit we're just gonna save for next episode. I had some random shit, but we'll save for next episode. We kind of covered one of them, but the other one I want to get to.
We'll get back to that then.
Yeah.
All right.
So
want to break down and then go into if you don't know, or just go right into it?
We can go right into it.
All right, fuck, let's go right into it. So we go into a world famous segment. It's called If You Don't Know.
If you don't know. Wait, wrong one. Sorry.
And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.
All right.
Now, am I going first? You going first? What's up?
No, you go first. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna need the wire. All right, so for my first entry for If You Don't Know, I got my man Crisp Lennon. I met this dude in 2019 at the Who Were You showcase out in Perth, Amboy. He's got a 4-track EP that just released last week. The song being played right now, actually is the wrong one. It's called Full Picture. The song is featuring Satiii from The Outliers. Shout out to Satiii. Shout out to Grief from The Outliers. Also a dope hip-hop group out of Jersey. I really appreciate what Chris did on this EP. It's 4 songs, 15 minutes. I'm still trying to appreciate the value of an EP and what artists do to bring to the table because it's such a shorter version of an album, so it takes a little bit of time to learn about somebody. But I really appreciate everything that Homeboy was bringing on this EP. His thoughts, his fears, what makes him happy, what he loves, what he's about, his family struggles. I feel like he really displayed all of that, pretty well on this whole project, man. I definitely recommend this for anybody that's want to check out some new music. Dude's got a lot of energy. I appreciate his cadence, his flow. He's got a lot of boom bap tendencies in there, and especially with Satii's verse, who came in third, he surprised the hell out of me because I've heard a bunch of Satiii stuff, but this was like the most technically sharp that I've heard the guy in. So I was very, very impressed by this whole project and really impressed by this song. So Crisp, you got a banger right here, man, and Satiii, great fucking job.
I was gonna say let it play for a bit so they can hear it.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna let it play right now. But the song's called Full Picture.
I think you got a good thing coming. And when the seed starts growing, I think you got a good thing going.
I ain't gonna lie, I was singing this shit in the car. I was bobbing to this shit, man. And then his verses are dope. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
back to November. I was listening to Tyler, I was barely even high. I was always fucking hype, but those were very better times. Now we barely drinking wine, feeling scary all the time. You don't gotta feel alright, cause it ain't fair to feel alright. Hold me tight as we walk through the fire.
Absolutely. So again, shout out to Crisp Linen. The project is called Battleborn. The song was called Full Picture featuring Satiii from The Outliers. That was the first entry, if you don't know, episode 44. Now, my second entry, I played one of the four gentlemen. I played his music last week. He's a friend of the show. We've played, that's probably like, his fourth, fifth entry in this shit. Dude just fucking works. He's a hard worker. I like the kid.
He keeps dropping shit.
He keeps dropping shit. And this is not, by far, this is no favoritism. This is no nepotism going on here. We appreciate all the work that this guy does. He's consistent. Yeah. He's one of the better rappers that I know from the area. And he's just an overall good dude. Like, for me, that's what matters. If you, not only are you dope with what you do, but you're also just a good, dope, down-to-earth person, I'm going to fuck with you. That's what it is. So this next track is from the KingPenz, which consists of your ladies Prospect, Sodom, King Neek, and Sully. Shout out to all y'all, man. Also shout out to Trip, the affiliate.
Sodom is so fucking consistent.
Absolutely,
and then
man.
Neek,
Wordplay
I know
Wednesday
has I know I'm probably fucking up. I know it's something with, it's either just Rose, his upcoming project, or something with Rose in the title. But I know that's coming out soon.
Okay. Got you. All right, so the song in question, we've heard this song played and performed at Check It, and it was a long time ago. And I think this was a long time coming for this song to be played, but it's finally here, and it's ready to see a light of day. It's now on Audio Mac, is where I got this one. So the song's called Holy Shit. Yeah. So let's get that started. This Audio Mac, I don't want to hear no damn ads.
I can add. Is it ads?
Nah, it's playing.
KingPenz.
Yeah, man. So it's like,
Holy shit!
You already see these guys like working together. Like last year, if you remember, they did a Halloween cipher. They did a Thanksgiving cipher, including Trip in this. And I remember on the Halloween cipher that Sully just went off, and we talked about the story, the funny story behind that verse. He told me the funny story. Yeah. I won't divulge the information, but. Yeah,
he just like ripped and did it.
Yeah, let's just say that Sully had a lot of inspiration and went and did the verse and killed it.
Had some inspiration.
Yeah, so I really appreciated this song as well.
Sully's second time with us, for if you don't know.
Yes. And Sully is definitely someone that I want to have on as a guest for the show. I feel like we could definitely have a real like deep conversation with him.
No, for sure.
Dude just seems like he just is very well versed in a lot of stuff, and I'd like to like pick his brain and just talk to him.
We'll have conversations at the end of Check It, and then he'll also help me like break down and like bring stuff to my car.
Yeah, man.
I ran into him at like bars like after work and shit.
Yeah, low key, he's one of the better performers at Check It. Like his style is one of a kind. Like you don't see anybody else doing the shit he does over there, which is appreciative. You know, I really appreciate him every time he comes down with that.
Yeah, and Neek is fucking fire on his own. He just has to. I was gonna say. I want more music from him, but I know he's probably in project mode, so it's like, all right,
he's working.
I'll wait.
Working. I've stumbled into a couple IG lives where he's been working with Prospect on stuff on his own, and then during the pandemic, there was an IG live where him and Prospect had sort of kind of like a version of verses.
We were like all over that.
Yeah, we were just going back and forth, just listening to unreleased tracks and stuff. And yeah, Neek has the fucking talent to be there. I think he needs that right song, and he just needs that push. And I'm sure he's in the lab working and making it happen. Sodom's already proven himself. He's staying consistent. Sully's another one right there. He's ready to pop off as soon as he gets his mind right and gets right back in the booth and starts dropping consistently. He's gonna be up there. And Prospect is just leading the way. So I feel like he's a perfect example for them, and he's gonna lead, and he's doing it right. So all four of them together make a great fucking track. I love the simple artwork cover, like the iMessage text. Everything about it, man, it's just great. And it's on Audio Mac right now. The song's called Holy Shit. I believe it will be on all streaming platforms very soon. But for now,
they need to get that out.
Check it on Audio Mac. These guys are working, man. KingPenz all day. Shout out to them. Shout out to Trip as well, the affiliate. And Prospect, Sodom, King Neek, Sully. Song's called Holy Shit. If you don't know.
My turn. So my first one is Nata. Art Thou. This is her second time. The first time was the feature, which she was with Nova.
Nova Soprano. Shout out to Nova.
Soprano. I almost said Yosanova. By the way, Yosanova just dropped some shit.
Oh, okay, yeah. We do get those names messed up. Nova,
yeah.
Yosanova and
yeah,
Nova
because I'll
Soprano.
just be like Nova, and then you're thinking I'm talking about Yosanova.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's Yos. But yeah, this is a super dope track. She kind of like, she had dropped a trailer, not like a little kind of like a little trailer.
Teaser.
Yeah, a little teaser on Instagram, and it looked dope. It was kind of like she's reenacting in the music video. She's reenacting.
She's like a painting or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's dope the way she's doing it. So she's still in like the pose mode.
Like a portrait.
And then the portrait mode. Like she's still like in that as she's rapping, as she's spitting.
Yeah.
And then you just see like it go from like color. And then
That's
like
dope.
out of the paint, it's fucking dope. Let me start playing it now.
It's called Art Thou.
Yeah, I follow who art thou. Took a lot to lay a verse down. Even think about the perks now. Still a pill, won't hear the wise. Pick the prism of my worth now. Close binds and the curtains down. Sing my hymns till it hurts now. These days ain't purified. Eyes wide, I scrutinize. Kinda like we was born to die.
No, she's
but
pretty
I'll
fucking
never
effortless
take
with
the
the flow.
homicide. Can't fathom
It's
me,
apparent.
I'ma cry. So I gotta
She got
get
great
it
sounding
otherwise.
voice. I dig it.
And then,
Yeah, even on Nova's album, man, she killed that fucking shit.
No, she did. And then fucking, what's it called?
And I remember first time I saw her was on La Cocina with Danny Ray. She was.
That's where I
there.
found. That's how I'm like. I know I found. Where did I find her? I found her on La Cocina.
Yeah.
I watched that episode. I'm like, I gotta check her out.
Yeah. I remember seeing that episode too, and I was very intrigued. I was like, all right. And she did a quick acapella, and I was like impressed. I was blown away. I was like, all right, she got it. She know what she's doing.
No, man, fire. This girl, man, she oh, sorry, right here. So yeah, she's super dope. That was Nata Art Thou. She will be on Zani's upcoming album or project EP, The Interview. The Interview. I almost said the album.
Shout out to Zani. Shout out to Interstate Runners.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. She's gonna be on there, and they keep hyping it up. They're like, "Oh, you got to hear this track." I'm like, "All right, I can't wait." Like, I'm dying.
Oh no, I'm definitely. I know exactly what to expect. No, let me not say that. I don't know what to expect. I expect some lyrical shit. I expect some dope ass bars. From these two females. They always kill it. Every time I see Zani's on full energy every time. She don't play around on the mic.
Yeah.
And Nata don't play, so I can only expect greatness.
Yeah, shout out to Sweetheart of Rap. All right, so my next one is Like That by Macc McCray.
I thought you were gonna say me, nigga. I'm like,
yeah.
like that. What the fuck you talking about?
It's funny because I came across this kid when fucking B randomly like sent me his profile on DM, and I didn't know if it was like some shit like, oh, do you want me to contact him? Like, what is this for? I didn't even really like text her. I didn't respond back to her. I just clicked the profile. I was like, let me see what it is. Let me see if he's nice. And yeah, he just dropped, I don't know how to call it, like an EP. AWOL. It's like just a two-pack.
Okay.
I'll just call it like that. It's Like That, and it's escaping me, but I'm gonna start playing this, and I'll find the other track.
From the sun down to the daylight, I ain't never stopping, I don't even need brake lights. All my niggas ready with it, won't play nice. Lay you down, then we come up in the same night. Trying to stack it up until we both the same height. Get it how we live it, you ain't with it, better take flight. Working like a nigga never had it now.
Return.
Only trying to
The
focus on what
Return?
matter now.
Yeah, The Return.
Slowing up, I had to take a faster ride. All the shit I dream about, I gotta make it happen now. I'm in the kitchen, wrist, we whipping up the batter now. I get the business, I can ship it in and pack it out. I don't need a calculator, I can add it now. I'ma get it, it don't matter how. Yeah. Why you walk like that? Why you walk like that? Why you talk like that? Why you talk like that? Why you dress like that? Why you not so easily
It really is a whole different vibe, like the flows and stuff, like these beats. Like you can't argue. Like it's a different level of lyricism.
Yeah.
You know.
And the way he kind of flexes on it.
Yeah, no, it's there. I rock with it.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, yo, thank you for my well, I almost said the S word. Thank you for my beat now. No, but it's dope though. I like that.
Almost said the S word.
I almost said the S word. But yeah, that was Macc McCray. He AWOL is his 2-pack that's out right now with The Return and with Like That. Super dope. Check him out.
I might have a different term for the S word.
What? You do?
It's corny. You're not gonna like it though. We call it a wake up.
Nah.
Wake up to this. Oh, we got a new wake up this morning.
I mean,
you don't know, now you know.
You can't beat that if you-
I know
if you don't
we have a drop for it. That's why I haven't spent too much time killing myself and changing the
And
name.
what's a better drop than that?
I know exactly. Oh well, I mean,
That too.
and
What's
then
that? His name?
that's also a good drop too.
Jesus. Macc McCray.
Macc McCray.
Macc McCray, like
Yeah.
that. And the
So-
2-pack is called
AWOL.
AWOL. Shout out to Macc
Mm-hmm.
McCray, man. Like, where's he from?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
I haven't really looked into him too much. She just sent me that, and she was like, nah, like, I was telling him about you and blah, blah, blah. I just want you guys to, like, I wanted you to check him out. So I checked him out, and I'm like, I like him.
All right, word up. So
I like
hopefully
him.
by the time we post this, we'll know where he's from. So
Yeah.
shout out to Mac,
I
man.
gotta
Keep doing
check
your
him
thing,
out.
brother.
And, he's a producer, too. Look at
Oh,
that.
that's
I
what's up. All right. Did he produce that track?
I'm not entitled. Well, let me see. I think there's some credits. No, I don't see it
Okay.
here. But
Well, Mac, let us know, please, if anything, man. Correct us. Let us know where we can find that producer, because that beat was hot, too.
Yeah, she just sent it to me, and I'm like, bam, that's it. I haven't had much time to do my homework, but I already knew. I'm like, he's dope.
That's what's up. Good choices.
I'm gonna keep watching.
Good choices. Good choices. I like that.
All
I
right.
like that. Shout out to Nata. Shout out to Macc McCray. Shout out to Prospect. Sodom. King Neek. Shout out to Sully. Shout out to Chris
All the
Lennon. Shout out to
Kingpens.
Satiii.
That's not KingPen.
KingPenz.
Pens. I know. I said.
Yeah, you said KingPenz like there's some bowling team? Stop. Stop.
Well, I mean, King. Never mind.
Yeah, you shut the fuck up.
Never mind. I mean,
That was, if you don't know, shout out to everybody there. As always, man, we have y'all on this segment because we rock with y'all. We believe in the music you're putting out. We appreciate y'all putting out music at a time like this because it lifts everybody's spirits, keeps us motivated, keeps the regular casual fan motivated in music, and keeps the artist motivated to create more music to help keep this thing moving. So again, thank y'all so much for doing what y'all do. It is important, it is needed, and please do not stop what you are doing because we love it.
Not at all. Don't.
That's
Never
right.
stop. Never stop.
Stop. I also dropped an old unreleased track from my
you
early
did?
kick snare sessions. Yeah, I did actually.
You did?
The artwork was done by some fucking amateur level
Oh, you
person.
fucking asshole.
Some amateur level graphic designer.
It didn't take me a lot of
Think-
work. It didn't take me a lot of time to do that one.
No, Sade made the cover art. She came through. I told her the vision I had. I just like, yo, I got to throw away tracks, just some bars, some boom bap. And she came back like less than a day later, like, here, I got this.
Yeah, it was like with me. I was like, bam. And then
Bam.
we
And I was like,
went
oh,
over
perfect.
shit.
This is actually what I wanted. I wanted some graffiti shit with my name on it and the title track. That's it. It worked.
Where can you find it?
You can find that right now on my SoundCloud. I have updated all the information. I got the link tree popping in my bio link in my Instagram.
Oh,
So if you
you
click
do.
on that link tree link, it will take you to the kick snare. It will take you to my YouTube. It will take you to my SoundCloud. It'll even take you to the link to my other single that I'm featured on with guest music and Frank Nitty called Bars Matter. So
Look
yeah,
at that.
had to update the shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Any closing words?
Nah, I think this was a great episode. 44 is crazy that we're here during pandemic times.
Play a little something.
Oh, you're sweet.
Just want to play a little something. in the background.
Yeah, man. This is dope. When I put the song out, let me just rephrase the people. I'm well aware that this is not a quote-unquote protest song. I did mention before that this was done 3 years ago. I hadn't released any stuff lately. I wanted to put something out. That music that's reflecting the current times is being made. I just wanted to put out something else because this was just gaining dust in the hard drive. And it was some decent bars. I'm like, let me put it over. I love the fucking beat. It's an Alchemist beat. I had filmed part of this for my Verses About Nothing series where Manny filmed me outside. And I always liked this one, so I figured I'd put out the full version. And here we are.
This was a throwaway, right?
This was a throwaway, yeah. This was the early kick snare sessions where I got back with Obi. We were just getting into our groove, trying to figure out what songs to make. This was not going to be a song at all because it's not an original beat. It wasn't produced by Obi.
Yeah.
So we figured if anything, it would be a bonus track or just a warm-up track, and I ended up never putting it out.
Yeah.
And just woke up one morning like, fuck, I got to put this out. Sade already made the artwork. Let me stop bullshitting.
No, yeah, because when you had sent it to me, I was just like, because I could tell the beat wasn't. I'm like, all right, and so I figured that's why it wasn't going to be a major, maybe just a Lucy.
Yeah.
And then I'm just waiting, and it wasn't that I wasn't waiting on the cover. It had nothing to do with that. I'm just like, I'm gonna drop that shit.
And you know what? The reason I didn't drop it, and you know why.
No, I know why.
Was because around the time I was going to drop it, George Floyd happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just was not the right time. And like
No,
the last thing
timing
people
is
want to hear
everything.
is me rapping about how much I'm better than everybody.
It would have just got like lost in the mix.
Yeah, it got
honestly.
lost in the sauce and everything. And it wasn't a track. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, when people like Prospect are making songs like Juneteenth, Ron's making Lazarus. You know, like, it's like, all right, man, this shit is not gonna fucking compete with that content wise. So I'm like, let me fall back. I'm like, let me wait some time. And then when I felt that it was appropriate, I'm like, let me just drop a Lucy. That's it. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
You know.
Cause I understood it. Cause at the time I'm like, okay, fuck. Like as soon as everything happened, that's why I didn't even ask. I was like, all right, it's timing is everything.
Because if you'd asked me, I would have told you. I'm like, that's my reason.
Yeah, but then you mentioned it anyway. You're like, fuck, like I can't drop it now.
Like I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, at this point, look, and I hate to like justify it. Like, I've been posting, I've been talking about this on my platform here at the podcast. I've gone to protest.
Yeah.
I've purchased from black businesses.
Yeah.
Celebrated Juneteenth. Like, I've been doing everything, like, doing my part.
Yeah.
So if I felt that, hey, I want to release just some shit from the stuff that I love, the music I love making, just put out a little something for people, let them know that I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Why the fuck?
Well,
not?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like 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 I'm part of the Facebook groups for the podcast.
Yeah.
What were they doing? Somebody had said, like, I don't really get into politics or anything that's happened currently. Like, well, no, it's not that he doesn't get into anything currently, but he was saying, like, I don't get into any of the protest stuff. Is that wrong? Like, should I cover these things? And then I went to comment, but I already saw people commenting and saying, like, no, like, people do kind of need a break from certain things.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I didn't want to pressure you about releasing the Lucy, because the timing was bad at the time.
Yeah.
But at the same, like, eventually you can drop it. That's why we take, like, our platform, we will discuss those things, but at the same time, and we've been told this, we kind of give people a break. We kind of help people out.
Yeah, yeah. And being that we are a music podcast, I felt like, not that we're obligated, but it's kind of our duty to bring up stuff like that, because that's like black culture, and hip hop is black culture. It's black music.
Of course.
So for us to not mention something like that, it's our entire life. Like, we're Hispanic and we live black culture every day. So for us to not mention something like that would be like an injustice.
Yeah.
If we were a comedy podcast, I could see us not even.
I'm barely Spanish at that.
Yeah. If we were a comedy podcast and we just joked around all the fucking time, I could see us not having to ever mention this.
And
at
I
all.
think maybe that's probably what he was saying, because somebody was like, oh, well, if you're trying to say, because the question was a little weird, somebody in the comments was like, if you're trying to say, like, you're more like, you keep it lighthearted, like you're more on the light side, there's nothing wrong with that, because, you know, people do need a break.
Yeah, absolutely. And
it's okay. And that's why, like, we try to make sure that we always address it, like, because it's reality. It's something that does affect us, regardless if we're, you know, music or not, because we'll cover other stuff that's not music, like, you know, drama, like triangle shit.
Yeah. And we've said this repeatedly. We're not activists. We're not community organizers. We're not politicians. We don't know shit other than what we're being told and what we're seeing with our own two eyes. But it affects us, and we have opinions, and we feel like, fuck it, we can put it out. And yeah, granted, not everybody with an opinion should be speaking on this shit. No. But if you have a platform, you might as well just say what you feel.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's what we did. And I feel like we've done a pretty good job of it.
No, we have.
You know, we've been doing our part to keep people... We've been doing our part to keep people informed. We've been doing our part to let people know where protests are going. We've grabbed content from these protests to show y'all what's going on.
Yeah. No, there's no question of that.
Yeah, there's no question that we care. I think no one can question that.
No.
That, you know, we actually gave a fuck about what's going on.
So it's not like you were wrong for putting the track out.
Yeah, no, I didn't feel any point. I feel like, at that time, I'm like, all right, enough time's passed. I just want to rap. I told people, I just want to rap. And I'm not saying that I'm not leaving this topic alone, because I've already made music. I made some music that reflects what's going on. Yeah. I want to talk about it. But
I can't wait for that to drop.
Yeah. Horsemen are coming. So, but for this particular track that was recorded 3 years ago with some old ass references, like I mentioned Fetty Wap in the fucking line, like that's how old this shit is.
Yeah, no, it's old. But I mean, regardless of that, I mean, it's just something we do kind of need those moments where it's like we just need a breather. Like, because I just got back into Brilliant Idiots, and I forgot how much I loved it. Charlamagne saying they were talking about the NBA and the NFL, and it's like, no, Charlamagne wasn't even totally against it. He's like, we kind of need a break, and they can still do their shit. Like I told you when we talked about this, they can still do their shit from the inside. Yeah, they don't have to totally.
I'm doing what I'm doing wrestling. That's a break. They're not mentioning. I mean, aside from the wrestlers showing love to what's going on with Black Lives Matter in between matches, they don't talk about it. They're not dealing with it. They're just continuing their show.
Yeah.
And you need those breaks. Other shows have been doing that too.
Yeah.
That's what's been going on. But that's really it. I got nothing else to say. This has been a great fucking episode. 44 down, many more to go.
Do you even have a name
for this one? I was gonna say Take a Peek.
But I didn't even get to my story about Take a Peek.
Yeah, you didn't get to say about Take a Peek. Do we have one for this episode?
We'll figure it out off air.
We will figure it out off air, and then it'll be just completely random.
No, I think I have an idea, but we'll talk about it off air.
Fair enough. All right, so.
All right, thank you guys for listening.
You already know what it is. Let me do the quick outro. So you can find us at the Lyrical Fix Pod. You can listen to all the episodes, episode 1 through episode 44, and future ones on Apple, Audio Mac, Anchor, Spotify, YouTube. Make sure to check out YouTube for the clips, including If You Don't Know, including interviews, and all the other good stuff that we get into. Make sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, give us the 5-star rating. Keep us hot out on these podcast streets. Yep. Again, this is Lyrical Fix Pod. My name is Kid Pro.
My name is Sade.
And we'll catch y'all next week. Please wash your hands, wash your ass, stay safe out here, and wear your mask.
Peace, peace.
Peace.